Howler.
Massive howl. Massive
Who
howl.
was that? That was
Oscar. Whoever that is. What's the other guy?
You're not
David,
that guy, bruv.
David, straight in, please.
You're
Straight
not
in.
that guy, bruv.
Frankie.
That was not me. I was tweeting. I was tweeting out. So,
Western Supermare, bruv. Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Peter, Arsenal fan, joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
What is going on, boys? I'm currently waiting to see where my boys get placed. My boy Kante, my boy J5, top 10 of the Ballon d'Or. Happy days, man. What are you lot saying?
I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
I have to sing it because it's actually my favourite chant. It's Carrick, you know. Hard to believe. Goals. I love that shot. But yeah, he did what he needed to do. Move.
I'm joined by AD, a Liverpool fan.
Oh, Andy Robertson.
Oh, no, nice.
Okay.
I
Nice
heard some
and
fabulous things. I tell you, have to back him up again.
I'm joined by David, an Arsenal fan.
Hey, does Martinelli have a chant, bro? I don't have anything, bro.
He comes from Sao Paulo and he plays for the Arsenal. 1, 2, Gabi Martinelli. Oh, it's there, my friend. It's there.
That's dead.
And I'm joined by Ernest, a Manchester United fan.
Bruv, Sancho 2-2. Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Let's go!
Pennington where it started.
Agenda for run. Let's kick things off at Stamford Bridge. By the way, people, we've also got the Ballon d'Or live streaming on the Eurosport.com. Not a sponsor, but you don't know. I said, Rastaman Robin. The Rastaman Pickney.
Oh my God.
Guys, Stamford Bridge. I mean, Chelsea won, Manchester United won, Oscar. I'll let you start off. I don't want to give an agenda written question. I want to kick things off with you. Emotionally, how do you feel from how you felt yesterday to now? Has anything changed? And let listeners know exactly how you felt last night.
Okay, so Chelsea's team sheet came out, and I saw the front three of Callum Hudson-Odoi, Timo Werner, and Hakim Ziyech. I'm not the biggest fan of Timo Werner, not the biggest fan of Hakim Ziyech, but I felt like this was our best front three. I just felt like Werner and Ziyech, they've got a bit of chemistry. They always play well together. I feel like Hudson-Odoi should start most games for Chelsea.
Your best front three?
No, just for this game. Just for this game.
I'm scratching my head, but continue.
We had injuries, innit? We had Havertz out injured. We had Lukaku out injured. They all weren't fit. Mount has not been on form. So when I just looked at the lineup, that was what I felt. Yeah. Now, when the game panned out and the way it went, I've realized, like, I never want to see Timo Werner play for Chelsea again. This guy is shocking, absolutely shocking. On the balance of play of this game, Chelsea should have won 2, maybe 3-0. Like, we dominated the game, we dominated possession, we get the ball in the final third. Players like Hudson-Odoi, players like Timo Werner, Rudiger, missing chances that Lukaku would have scored if he was on. Do you know what I mean? Missing chances that you can't afford to make mistakes in big games. There's so many performances in this game that were really, really poor. Hudson-Odoi's finishing was shocking. Marcus Alonso having to come back into the side after Chilwell's got injured. I mean, we saw exactly what we were missing when he wasn't playing. He's not a good footballer. He slows down every build-up. He's just not on it. Like, I'm just not with this guy. And then, yeah, it was just a frustrating evening. Really, really frustrating. Poor performances from all of the front three. Jorginho, bro, that flipping howler. Like, I can't even explain that. We have not beaten Manchester United for years. I'll sum it up on this. We have not beaten Manchester United for years. And we had the opportunity to beat, well, I keep saying this every year, the worst Manchester United side I've ever seen. I feel like every year I say the same thing. And for that to happen in a game like this, where we dominate completely, 64% possession, 24 shots. Yeah, horrible performance. That's my first initial thoughts.
Horrible performance, says Oscar. Robin and Ernest, what say you about the game, Manchester United? What were your thoughts? Robin first.
Well, at the start, before the game, if you told me I'd get a point, I'll be biting your hand off because I thought, boy, this is going to be a nasty game for United. At the end of the game, I wasn't frustrated, but I was a little bit annoyed because we could have nicked it, if that made sense. Like, we were getting battered for majority of the game. I'll say up until Sancho scored. And then we had a spell of actually pushing Chelsea. And then it was literally up until we conceded the penalty, then that we reverted back to just trying to defend. And it literally, if we capitalized on Mendy's mistake and we got out there 2-1, it could have been something, literally a smash and grab. So that's my thoughts of it. I was like, oh, we could have got something there, even if we were playing horrid and we had no players whatsoever. That's how I felt, if that made sense.
Ernest, what about your?
I'm not sorry. Can I just say something on Robin's point? I'm not going to lie, Robin. Yeah, I came out the game and I saw your tweet that said, "This feels like 2 points dropped." I almost dashed my phone on the floor. I couldn't believe what I was reading. How on earth can you feel like 2 points dropped
Scandalous.
when we had 24 shots and 64% possession? The only reason you scored is because we gave you the ball and 2 players running through our goalkeeper, and you have the nerve to say 2 points dropped. Oh, that was sickening.
Oh boy,
That's what it feels like, but yeah.
Ernest, your thoughts on this game at the bridge? Mute settings. Howl.
Hey, it's a series of howlers today, man. Catalogue of errors.
I'm with Robin, because I think that first things first. I told all my guys that come to my workplace to ask me what I think. I'm like, if we get to halftime with a clean sheet, I'm happy because it makes me feel like I don't know if you guys remember the game we played Arsenal at the Emirates, and it was the kitchen sink at David De Gea, Jack Wilshere, I think Kieran Gibbs, Ramsey, Oxlade-Chamberlain. Everyone was having a go at David De Gea. We had like Tyler Blackett playing at the Emirates, and I was like, it was 30 minutes in. I was like, right, Arsenal haven't scored. So I was like, all right, cool. This is exactly how I felt at Stamford Bridge. I was like, you know what? If we can stop a team that has clapped more goals than us, they conceded 4 goals before this game. They didn't score by half time. Then we scored. We gave them a penalty. And not to say, I'm not going to play a game of, it's not an Olympic session of like who had the most chances. It's clear Chelsea dominated the game. But when I looked at Fred's chance, I'm like, I 100% see where Robin's coming from, because we shouldn't have won, but the fact that we hung in the game for like dear life, and at times were better going forward than Chelsea, because like we got through your back four on maybe 3 occasions, and I was like, United can finish, but we just didn't because we're just not intelligent like that. But yeah, I feel like Robin did. I felt like the better team dominated, the better team should have won. And by the time we got to the 70th minute, I was like, wow, we could have gotten 3 points today. So it's not one of those things where I don't think any United fan will deny that Chelsea were better. You should have been better. You're the best team in the league right now. But the fact that you didn't capitalize, and the fact that we also had clear-cut chances after, it was like, yeah, I get why he feels like that. And I feel the same way.
Oscar, does that change your view a little bit in terms of hearing the explanation as to why they think it was 2 points dropped?
I think whenever there's 1 goal in a game, you're never out of it. Do you know what I mean? There's always an opportunity to win. Anyone could have a last-minute corner, a last-minute goal. Obviously, Mendy makes a mistake. You know, you're feeling like Fred should have probably passed it and done something better. But I think I stand by what I said. Like, I think Man United didn't do anything. Even the goal we gave them was a giveaway. And the other chance we're talking about was another giveaway. I feel like Chelsea lost this game through poor finish. And, like, if you speak to any Chelsea fan, the vibe is that we lost. The vibe is not that it was a draw. You know, Man United were there for the taking. We all know they've got in a decent manager. They've got good players. They're going to get better. Next time we face Manchester United at Old Trafford, it's not going to be this poor United side. They're going to be a better side. So the fact that we didn't take advantage of that, to me, is criminal. I said before the game, yeah, I thought the score would be 2-0. And I said, if we win 2-0, I'll be disappointed with it because I saw the way that Manchester City won 2-0 and they could have scored 3, 4 or 5. So I felt like we're at home. These games that United are being beaten, that's at Old Trafford. We were at Stamford Bridge. We invited them to our ground. We dominated the ball. We had chances in the box and our strikers couldn't do anything with them. Yeah, man, I was just furious, man.
David and Adrian, what's your 2 pence on this game?
Go on, AD.
I think if we look at the game and we look at the decisions Carrick made, it's quite clear. It's quite clear what the game plan was. It was ultimately for United to soak up pressure, try and neutralize you to a degree, and then sort of hit you on the break. And then obviously, and essentially what United were playing for was mistakes. Lo and behold, they got 2 mistakes. One of them they punished Chelsea with. The other one, first decision making was appalling. So as if I'm a United fan coming out of that game, I'm happy because at least I had some idea of what we were going to do on that Sunday afternoon. I saw what we wanted to do. It could have come off, but yeah, I think Chelsea of the 2 sides would be a lot more bitterly disappointed because they didn't take their chances.
Who was saying that Wan-Bissaka and Kyle Walker is close?
Oh God!
It wasn't.
No. I need names. Who said it?
We do. We need names.
Who said it?
It wasn't me, but
Was it?
I know for damn sure it wasn't me.
Who? Because someone said it in the. I don't know if it was the panel, and then Oscar said it said something about Kyle Walker in the Champions League game. I was like, bruv, are you watching what I'm watching?
I think it was a comment, and then someone agreed. I think it was a comment, and someone agreed on here.
I said Kyle Walker's overrated. I didn't say Wan-Bissaka was close to him.
No, I didn't say you said, but I'm like, do people watch Kyle Walker? Like, Wan-Bissaka is not seeing him. Like, it's not close. And you saw what happened yesterday. It's not close.
Do you know what's funny about Kyle Walker?
That's what I wanted to address. It's not close.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny about Wan-Bissaka? Man United played English premium for a Congolese right back.
Brilliant.
Sums it all up.
Absolutely brilliant.
When I saw you tweet that, Adrian, I was so
that's
happy.
fantastic.
That is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Pete, this show is always about the fans. Can I read out some comments?
You certainly.
Big up all the Top 4 podcast listeners. Keep leaving your comments. We'll read them out. Abdi says, I told y'all last week we'd get a result. No Pogba, no Maguire. Shaw, Greenwood, Ronaldo. You had Ronaldo. Don't do that. Varane, and you still can't beat us at home. 4 years without a win against us. You are our sons. Remember that.
War talk.
I'll remember that. I will remember that.
Man needs to screenshot this right here. Oh, dear.
Yeah, man. C1 says Hudson had a poor game, needs to improve his finishing. Man. Seriously, holding back that to that level, fam. Yeah, man. I think it's the one aspect of his game that is a glaring issue, like glaring. He needs to figure out his composure in front of goal and hit the ball with his laces. He keeps trying to pass it. He thinks it's Thierry Henry.
Do you think that's uber critical, considering the kid just turned 21? Like, he's still learning that part of his game. Even though it feels like he's been here for a long time, that's hopefully something that will come with time. I'm 100% confident it will come with time, but I don't think it's critical to point it out because he should have scored yesterday. He should have scored in our last game against Leicester. He should have scored against Burnley the week before, another game that we dropped points in. So if you're going to play in the team that's trying to win the league, and you're missing sitters, like, come on, man. It's not like he hasn't got a good shot from outside the box. This is in the box sitters. Like, you've got to pick a spot and put it away. I am fuming. Why is it always United or Arsenal? Kissing my teeth. We ain't serious, man. My little sister has more power than show. Get Werner and Alonso out of here. For me, the Werner and Alonso thing, guys, I don't know what it's like, but me as a kid, I always wanted to be a footballer. That was always my thing, I realized that when I was, I don't know what age, Pete, you can help me figure it out. I realized at a certain age that that I wasn't good enough to be a footballer. I wasn't good enough. My touch weren't good enough. My passing weren't good enough. So why is it I'm watching players play for my club that ain't good enough? You're not good enough. You ain't got the technical ability to be here. You just run. Like, I'm sick of Timo Werner. Sick of it. Yeah. Has anyone got anything else to say?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely it's painful when you see players in your side. You think I'm probably as good as them. That is a hard thing to digest and swallow.
I think that there's a lot of us here that could start before Scott McTominay.
It's a shift.
I was just about to address that.
No, get him out. No,
bro. All of them.
Go on, David.
Like you see Matic here. He's done out here. Yeah. See McTominay. What do you know about McTominay, bro?
Well, Sky Sports man of the match apparently.
No, not McTominay. That one.
How did he get man of the match?
Don't even get
How?
Houdini.
Them two, yeah, they're done.
It was I think Carragher gave it to him. I was like,
Is it because he took a shot to the face? Like, is like, what is it?
Mind you, though, I struggled to find a man of the match there. This was one of the, as a neutral, this was one of the worst matches I watched over the weekend. Huh?
Fred,
no, I don't want to hear it.
Abdi's got some suggestions for man of the match. He says Matic absolutely dunked on Jorginho. Also, give impeccable Fred some credit. He balled out. Ralph is going to turn him into a beast. Can't wait for Arsenal.
Abdi, here we go again.
You need to slow your roll, bruv. After Chelsea scored, yeah, the IQ of Matic, yeah, he's an idiot, bruv, yeah. Thing is things going down the wing, yeah. I don't know if it's one of them chances that you lot played into Werner and he missed, or one must have come across, yeah. The ball's on the wing, innit, yeah? Who's your left back? Who was that left? Tellez has got it covered. Matic has decided to drop to centre back and leave that number 10 position. That gap right there, bruv. No football IQ. Get him out, bruv. Absolute tool, bruv.
Mate, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Chelsea Man United games are some of the worst to watch. They are, every season I'm sitting there expectant and I'm always let down. I'm always frigging let down by it. However, I will say this. Jadon Sancho's finish, ladies and gentlemen. We need to talk about it because there's something in the finish that he did. I think that's kind of been missed, where he kind of faints and he sends Mendy to a bus stop. I mean, Mendy was at a bus stop in Chigwell. You know what I'm saying? Like it was nice. It was very nice. And when I saw it, I was like, that's delicious. I love that because it was the confidence. You know, when you have to run half a pitch.
Yeah.
You can imagine how much you was sweating like to put this away, especially from a player that isn't necessarily been pulling up trees as such, you know, not getting the game time and whatnot. So I want to say that.
Can we discuss a certain Portuguese number 10?
Honest, no, not yet. Let me make my way around because I need to ask a question, and I don't think there's a correct answer for this question. Why didn't you start Cristiano Ronaldo? Can somebody explain that to me?
Oh, here we go, Jamie Carragher.
Who was going to answer?
No, you go, bro. You go.
Okay, this is what I think the issue was. I think that Carrick was more worried that we wouldn't give him the service that he needed.
They needed,
and we'd be playing with 10 men. That's what I think he thought. I think that we kept. See, this is the problem because we kept our shape well without him, and I think that's what Carrick was looking for.
Mm.
So the way I saw it was play what you can, restrict them by half time, and then bring him on in the second half. I don't think that just because you have Ronaldo, you play him in every game. That's what I think.
I totally disagree. This is, you know, there are some players in world football, okay, that we give exceptions to the rule. It's not even a Roy Keane thing. It's just like we're not discussing guys who are like kind of good or kind of, you know, that have world class moments in their career and whatnot. We're talking about Cristiano friggin' Ronaldo. This guy's about to score 800 goals in football.
What?
In football. He's 799 right now, right? And the truth of the matter is this: as long as Man United have Ronaldo in that side, anything can happen. And I mean that. I literally, because I've watched 3 months of this season where I'm looking at a 36-year-old Ronaldo. If there's a time where he's going to tap out, it could be now. But I'm watching him game after game after game, scoring goals. How many times have us, you know, whether in the group chat, whether on this podcast, where they're saying this is fake? because he's a fake guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And the fact that he's a fake guy, he has to. For me, he has to play. And correct me if I'm wrong here. When Ronaldo was on, I don't know why, and it wasn't because of him necessarily, but United looked more threatening in goal. Like there was just more threats because of the fact that he kind of separates Chelsea's defense a little bit. It gets Chelsea thinking of other things rather than just.
That's more because certain men are off than he is on.
Well, Sancho is the one he replaced.
And Lingard came on as well.
Yeah, Lingard came on.
Yeah,
Lingard for me should have been.
That was also. I think.
Yeah,
I think
differently.
Yeah, Lingard.
I think that was also the nature of the game. I think Chelsea knew they wanted to win this game. You got the sense that they didn't feel like a draw was enough, and so more bodies started flying forward, and therefore there was space for Man United to go the other end.
Maybe so.
Yeah,
maybe so.
You saw Rashford have a little breakaway and stuff like that.
When you've got Ronaldo, I mean, this argument that he can't start every game, I understand if you say he can't finish every game. I understand that. For me, he's the first name on the team sheet because he delivers. He's Man United's best player this season as well. That's what's hilarious about the whole concept. It's not like we're talking about a Ronaldo who we're trying to get his engine going. The guy has actually just been doing things in second gear. That's what makes it so hilarious. And so I always think, as long as you got Ronaldo starting, there is always a chance to nick 3 points. Do you know what I'm saying? Not just nick a draw or anything like that. And, because you sort of ask yourself, which is worse, the Fred miss or the Rudiger one? It's like, because obviously this game was very fine margined in the end.
I think in this team, because if you look at the game from a midfield perspective, we didn't create much, and that's because a certain Portuguese player decided to ghost again.
Decided? I thought that was his thing.
I'm not going to say too much, but from midfield, we were never going to create with a midfield of Fred, McTominay, and Matic. And so that's why I'm like, if you're trying to be resilient in midfield, which you have to be, because I think the plan would have probably been to play 3 at the back to match Chelsea. But because, Varane's injured and Maguire's on a red, you can't play a 3 at the back to match them. So I think they tried to overload the midfield with 3 defensive midfielders and see what happened. Which is why I think if you're playing that, you can't play Ronaldo with that midfield. None of these lot are going to... Look at what Fred did. He's not going to provide for him.
But the thing is, Ernest, we knew this going into the season. Nobody's surprised by what the outcome we've got with Man United's midfield to attack situation. Maybe Bruno Fernandes is a case of...
But do you think if Ollie's still around, he plays this midfield? I think he tries to squeeze as much creativity as possible.
Which is probably the thing is, I understand United have had a sort of a terrible season so far in the league, right? But with Ollie's mindset in a way, he would have gone in there thinking it's still Manchester United. We can still attack teams. We can still score goals against teams. And okay, it can be very naive. Chelsea might pick you off because you're going forward.
Because we did
Chelsea's
it against Liverpool, we did it against City. We did it against Leicester, and we lost.
Yeah,
with the whole Man United, we're Man United and all that, we got picked off and lost.
Yeah.
So Carrick is like, I need to be more cautious here because this team has conceded 4 goals. We can't go in there trying to just go gung ho. You have to be prepared.
Carrick is there. Carrick is there to stop the bleeding. He's coming. He's got a win against Villarreal, and he's like, look, we just conceded 4 to Watford. We're embarrassed by Liverpool, who are a rival.
With Ronaldo on the
You can't let another rival come in and embarrass you. Yeah. You have to shore it up. Those 3 midfielders make sense.
I'm not saying you don't need to shore it up. I think at the situation as it is, that he doesn't have those tools at his disposal. Or Ralph Rangnick when he walks in, because he's definitely not going to be playing those 3 in midfield. Not because it's not his style of play or whatever, but when he looks at what he's got, he has to. Attack is the best form of defense for Manchester United this season. It's clear, and we all knew that before the ball was kicked. So it's not like Man United can go and set themselves up in a very sort of defensive manner, because on another day this was 3-1 Chelsea. Do you know the ones? And then we'll be saying, why didn't Man United come out? Why didn't Man United, play their football? Do you catch my drift? So, but Ernest, I know you got your feelings on Mr. Number 10 himself, Bruno Fernandes. Man, he's the thing with United as well. Though you've got two luxury players in Ronaldo and him, and it almost feels like Pogba was a bit harsh. I think.
Yeah.
I think Pogba. I feel like
Pogba is just as luxury. Yeah.
Okay. Just as luxury.
Yeah.
I mean, I would argue if you said he's luxury, right? I could probably accept that. But to say just as, not the same scale as Ronaldo and Bruno, by the way, in terms of not offering anything else but what they can do attacking wise. And even Fernandes is clearly off form. He's not even doing the good stuff that he does good at the moment.
No. This is Bruno.
I mean, but we also know the Bruno that's very clinical and dangerous. Every time, we know that though. No, but we know both, is what I'm saying. We know both Brunos.
No, it's not. No, this is him.
Ernest, we've played 13 games in the league this season. I think he's got how many goals and assists this season? And they all came at the very beginning of the season. Come on, this ain't all Bruno.
Yeah, my point to you is that when Bruno's not scoring or assisting, he's not doing anything.
Sure. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that he does other things. I'm saying that at the moment he's not scoring or assisting. That's why I say he's off form. Not necessarily that he's doing other things. You know, like
the thing is, I'm with you. The issue I'm having is that Bruno was a very, very favorable recipient of Ollie's chaos. That's why I used to call the two of them chaos, because they thrived in the madness. When things are orderly and things are structured, Bruno doesn't know what to do. And the reason why I was more frustrated with his performance yesterday is because there's been so many games where he's annoyed me because he's come out of his position in a midfield three. And so Carrick's like, okay, you don't want to help us in midfield, play false nine. And he was a myth again.
But it was stark though to see him at false nine though.
But he's always there. He's always with the strikers as if he's a striker anyway. And then they finally said, okay, cool.
That's fine, have it.
Bruv, the Europa League final, it was a 4-3-3. Bruno always makes it a 4-2-4. Always. Without the ball. So it's like, okay, cool. You don't want to help in the build-up, stay up top. And they left him up top and you saw what happens. That's what I'm saying. So that's the reason why he's high risk, high reward. He's ultra luxury. And I genuinely believe that a good coach takes him to another level. I like Bruno. I just think he's the son you have that doesn't listen. You know, you have two sons, and one's always like a good boy. He's the one that doesn't listen. He's
more talented. He's just more talented.
He's way more talented. But he annoys me.
So very, very, So Bruno is that's what I'm saying. I feel like if you want to add Pogba in that situation,
it's annoying because when he comes to the Champions League, he's top assist, so he's actually doing his job. I wish it was like consistency. We say this all the time on the podcast. Consistent. If he can be consistent on what he does there in the league, especially in this season, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Do you know, I think we have different opinions on different types of coaching and different types of management, because you have some managers who will say, look, Bruno's good at this and he's terrible at this, so let me do everything I can to protect him from exposing his weaknesses and let's exploit what he's very great at. And then you have other people who think, no, hang on a minute, a better coach should coach him into being a more rounded kind of player, which is I also understand that as well. And then it's systems and it's this, that, and the other, right? So it's always a funny scenario where when you're faced with a situation like this, where you're like, okay, what is actually the problem at Manchester United here? What the heck is going on? That we're still here with your third interim manager since Sir Alex left. I mean, come on.
Quick breaking news: Ronaldo's finished 6th in the Ballon d'Or. For those that are watching,
he has indeed.
It's interesting to see him that low.
What's more alarming is where Salah finished. That's more the breaking story. Where did Salah finish?
Robin, can you give us 10 to 6 in a row?
I've just been pinged for number 6 because of the United app.
Okay.
Mohamed Salah finished 7th in the Ballon d'Or.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Behind Ronaldo.
You ruined it, bro. You ruined it, man. I was watching the stream, cuz.
He finished 7th behind Ronaldo.
Yeah. Farcical.
I don't mind.
Where should he have finished?
Ahead of Ronaldo.
Ahead of Ronaldo,
Number one.
bro.
Number one. It doesn't matter where, but ahead of
What's
Salah.
Salah should have been.
Well, as in, what's my opinion based on?
Ahead of Ronaldo?
Yeah, because I think Ronaldo won the Golden Boot, no?
I still think from January to now, Salah's been unplayable. Just
Okay,
my
so
opinion. I think he's
I
just been
can
unplayable.
say from 9th to 6th, I can say. So in 9th place, I'll start from 10th. In 10th place is Donnarumma, the goalkeeper. 9th place is Kylian Mbappe. 8th place is Kevin De Bruyne. 7th is Mohamed Salah. 6th place is Cristiano
Kevin
Ronaldo.
De Bruyne?
Yep. In 8th place.
It is well. It is well.
No, it is well.
It is well.
It is well.
Fantastic scene. Guys, Ralph Rangnick, before we wrap up Manchester United Chelsea talk. And also, I want to say one last thing on Chelsea at the end as well.
What's that again? They said this podcast is Man United TV. Every week they get 30 to 60 minutes.
It's a top 4 derby this week. It's a top 4 derby.
Something happens United. But
Sure
it was,
Man United are the Kardashians. That's why. It's because you're the Kardashians. We've got something to say every week. You're not giving us prime entertainment.
It's been a decent week.
Oscar, do you see why I don't believe in your team this season? Based on what we have this.
Not based on the reasons you've given me.
Okay.
Because I've always said that I don't think this Chelsea team has the consistency to go the long haul and put a run of games together where we can win, like City have shown and like Liverpool have shown, and those are the teams we're up against. So I didn't like these performances, the Burnley game, this Man United game. I knew we had them in our locker. I always knew. Whereas when you were criticizing Chelsea, you spoke mainly about our centre backs, mainly about our defence.
No, I didn't. That's why I know people don't listen. That's why people don't listen.
Okay, take the floor, PR.
Okay, number one, I said to you, I can't. Do you know, this is AD. This is the second time I'm explaining this. It's the second time this season I've had to explain why I think Chelsea won't win the league. Number one, and it was the only reason, was your inconsistency. That was the only reason I gave. Wait there, let me finish. It was the only reason I gave, okay? Number two, when I congratulated Man City on winning the Premier League title after what they did at Old Trafford, is because of what I saw them do to Chelsea, what I see them, okay, you might say a disappointing result at Anfield. Guess what? They walked away with a point, right? They got a draw at Anfield, and then they slapped up Manchester United. I look at Chelsea, on the other hand, who've at home to Man City. They've gone away at Anfield and they've played at home against Manchester United. Do you know they've only got 2 points out of those 9?
Okay. I
call that inconsistency, if you ask me.
Can I respond to that? At the beginning of you asked me a question saying, Oscar, do you now agree with me? My stance the entire season has always been that Chelsea have inconsistencies in their game and that we are going to drop points silly. So there was nothing here for you and I to disagree on.
I didn't say, do you now agree with me? I said, do you understand why? Do you understand why? Yeah. Do you understand why I'm saying it? I didn't say you disagreed.
I've always understood about the.
So the answer is yes then.
No, because the one thing I didn't understand was when you spoke about our defense. But
the defense was not what I spoke about. I didn't speak about the defense.
I don't know, you know.
Come on, Adrian, you know better than this, right? I talked about Chelsea as a whole. I think we're talking about them in the preview of the season, and I said their weakest link.
Yeah.
When you look at it, is the defense. Why? Because their attack is good, the midfield's bloody good, and the goalkeeper's been outstanding, right? So for me, I look at the centre halves, I look at Rudiger, Christensen, and Thiago Silva, and I'm not being funny. I look at everybody else's centre halves; they're better than those.
And Chelsea are top of the league, and our centre halves have been the best part of our team this season.
Okay, we'll have that conversation again in May. Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, fair enough. But this week we were cost 3 points because our attackers didn't really turn up, and our midfielder, who's top 5 in the Ballon d'Or, couldn't.
He can't win it, can he?
Our midfielder just slid the ball to Jadon Sancho. That's why we've lost the game. And to be honest, our defense has been flawless, man. Thiago Silva won man of the match yesterday. I mean, it doesn't mean much, but yeah.
No, Scott McTominay.
But we agree then. So we agree then.
Sorry. Scott
McTominay was better than him.
We're better.
Arrogant. So yeah.
Big up
Some of them, man. Iklas says, I don't think we'll win the league. Call me reactionary, but it's fact. We lack potency in front of goal. I also feel we'll get found out in the big games. I'm surprised at Chelsea's big game performance this season. I can't lie. Last season, Tuchel had it on smash. He seemed to know what these other managers were going to do, and he would counter it very, very well. We haven't performed well in the big games this season. So, second half of the season, we'll see how that goes.
Can I ask, why are you surprised?
Well, because last season, Tuchel came in, we went to Anfield and beat Liverpool. After we beat them, they went on a mad run where they won 13 in a row. Yeah, we beat City on 3 separate occasions. We went in the Champions League against Real Madrid, against Atletico Madrid, good sides, and we had a game plan to beat them every single time. I trusted Thomas Tuchel to organise these teams in those games better than he has so far this season. I don't think we were organised terribly yesterday. I think Tuchel did what he had to do. It's just the players let him down yesterday. But against Manchester City, we got it wrong. Against Juventus in the Champions League away, we got it wrong. And that was on us.
Interesting that you're surprised.
I think my biggest surprise.
Give you the reasons why. Is it still interesting after I say that?
Yeah, I'm surprised that you're surprised. Like you, who knows Chelsea more than most. So that's why I'm a bit like, really.
Based on the reasons I gave you, Tuchel showed us that he can organize. I think manage these games well.
I think you got to leave last season to last season. I think there's a part of it where you got to just say, do you know what? You said, you played Liverpool at a time where they were awful. Everyone was beating them at Anfield at that point, and then from then on, I think Liverpool went onto that run as you mentioned. Obviously, the Real Madrid
3 times.
Yeah, I mean, look, City still won the league. Fair enough, you took the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, as in like.
But are you listening to the point I'm making?
Name needs to be Roy Keane, Peter Keane.
No, I'm just like.
I'm not.
Double barrel.
I'm not. Look. Here's okay. Let me bring you to what.
Said we beat them 3 times. He said, "But City still won the league."
Yeah. No. Let me bring it because Chelsea beat them in the league and then they beat them in the FA Cup. They then beat them in the Champions League. Chelsea won 1 trophy out of those 3, and Man City won 1 trophy out of 3. If you come to my hang on 1 second. I don't know. I'm being genuinely serious here. Like when you come into my head, I look at Chelsea and I think of them as like before Tuchel came in. The Chelsea everybody probably had in their head is still the Chelsea I have now. Of course, I love what Tuchel has done at the end of last season because he did the unthinkable with that side, right? But we all were sort of like, well, the players were there, but nonetheless, he still got them structured well. And at the same time, I'm still sitting there thinking, hang on a minute. When I look at City versus Chelsea, when I look at Liverpool versus Chelsea, the Man United Chelsea one this season is probably the one that surprised me. I'm surprised you did not beat Manchester United as much as you were surprised. But then it's one of those where I'm like, okay, Man City. Listen, guys, nobody was surprised. Certainly not me. That Man City went and beat Chelsea the way they did, and then didn't beat Liverpool either. I get it that we were 10 men. I understand the circumstance, but like everything that's happened so far, the only thing that surprised me is that you didn't beat Man United. That's really the only thing that surprised me this season.
But when I give you my reason, does my reason make sense to you? We played well in big games last season. We dropped points against Aston Villa and West Brom and Arsenal. That's why all the big games we dominated, bro.
If we go based
bro.
If we go based on last season, and guess what? I should be surprised that Arsenal finished above 8th. But I shouldn't be because that's last season.
Oh, bro,
I'm talking about this season.
No.
I'm talking about. Look, guys, what's Chelsea's record like in general? Consistency over time. What's Chelsea's record over the situation in the last 3, 4, 5 years?
Well, Pete, you're going back 3, 4, 5 years.
Somebody just told me this. Somebody in the comments just said there, you haven't beaten United in 4 years. I think Arsenal have won 4 times. You know what I'm saying? That's like there are some things where I'm just like, I can't ignore the Chelsea I know as well as the Chelsea I'm seeing right now. That's what I'm saying. Consistency over time.
But what I'm saying is, I've given you examples of about 5 or 6 games last season where we went into a big game with a game plan that we won. So I'm saying I was surprised because I thought we would take that form into this season. I get that you disagree. You can disagree, but why is what I'm saying shocking here?
No, okay. So you're talking about last season. I'm talking about this season. You've played now 3 or 4 big teams this season, and maybe one. And I'll give you the Juve home game. 1 game out of like the 5 that Chelsea came out respectable. You know, okay, 2. I'll give you Anfield as well. Like the 2 games where I'm like, okay, out of what 6? I'm sorry, guys. This is the Chelsea we need to get to grips with. We need to get to grips with that. And Chelsea have played City at
disagree.
home. They've played City at home and Manchester United at home. They've got to now got to go to Manchester at the latter half of the season. So nobody here is expecting Chelsea to go get 3 points away in Manchester. So that's why I said I was surprised.
So but all right, fair enough.
You don't think like the Tuchel kind of period was like a honeymoon thing? You don't think last season was a bit more like it was a good manager bounce and whatnot? I think he is too. No, I think he is too. But as in, like, at the same time, look at his team. Look at the players he's got compared to Liverpool's first 11, compared to Man City's squad, compared to what Man United has.
It's not better than City's. It's not better than City's, and we beat them 3 times last year. So I thought going into this game,
but they slapped you this year. But they beat you this year.
You're not listening to what I'm saying, though. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm telling you.
No, I am. I'm just saying. I know what you're saying. But I'm saying, so why are we bringing up last year? Because you're talking about last year. I'm talking about this year.
Listen to what I'm saying. I said, going into this season, I felt like Chelsea were going to be better in the big games because since Tuchel came in, that's what I saw. I listed all the Champions League games, the Premier League games, the FA Cup games, where we faced big teams and we rose to the occasion and performed. So I expected that to continue this season, right? That's it.
But Oscar, can I ask you a question? You see those big performances, Were most of them in the league?
Some of them were. The ones in the league were Liverpool and Manchester City. The rest were in cup games.
I think that's Peter's point.
But those were the only games we played. So how can that be your point? Well, since Tuchel came in, our big game record was stellar. That's why we won the Champions League.
No. My point. I think he's raising the point that if you're saying you're shocked at what it's been like in the league, last year was in multiple competitions. So if it's in multiple competitions, it's a bit skewed.
But I gave multiple competitions also. I said the games that surprised me was Man City and Juventus away in the Champions League. That's multiple competitions.
No. Multiple competitions last season. This season, you haven't done well. You haven't done as well as you wanted to in the league against the big teams.
In both. I gave
Peter's saying it's sample size, isn't it? At the end of the day. It's essentially sample size, Peter's point, isn't it? Like, you haven't seen what Tuchel's head-to-head record in the big games looks like across a 38-game season. Like, so in terms of league, what you've presented is a rubbish Liverpool side, and fair enough, you got a creditable result against City. That's basically.
All right, but I just when I'm looking at the team, I don't separate league and cup. Like, I think if you got a big game, you got a big game. You want to win it.
I'm not gonna lie, I separate them still.
I believe that last season was a hot streak for Chelsea.
Peter's funny, man.
And I just feel like it was a hot streak for Chelsea last year. Bro. And then it's like, I don't know why we can't separate hot streak or purple patch from consistency. Why does that happen? I don't know Chelsea, this Chelsea side, to be going against these big teams as they did last year, at the back end of last year, let's be very clear, and actually give teams a run for their money. And they absolutely did. And Tuchel, Oscar, I love Tuchel for sure. But at the same time, anyway, time will tell. Because at the same time, sorry?
What do we know Tuchel for? It's like, basically what you're saying is because of the sample size is small, I can't trust anything I've seen from last season to come into this season.
That's not what I said at all. That's not what I said at all.
Like, bro, last season showed me Tuchel can organise the defence. We've taken that same into this season. Why can't we take our big game planning into that as well? Like,
if I was a Chelsea fan, how I'd look at it is this: this guy sorted out our defence. We've gone out into market. We've bought a £90 million striker. Surely we keep the goals at one end, we score at the other. That's simple. So if I'm a Chelsea fan, that's what I'm thinking.
AD, he said he's surprised. I'm just shocked that he's surprised.
I'm surprised that our run didn't continue. Why is that? What's wrong with that?
Because I kind of hear you.
All it is, it's just like, look, you know what? Like, in 9 points, okay, Chelsea got 2 out of 9 points. You would say that's a bit poor, yeah? But at the same time, I'm like, well, this is why I don't think they'll win the league, because they're inconsistent. What I know about Chelsea, and Oscar knows about Chelsea, they're inconsistent. Yeah. That's why this doesn't come as a surprise. And I'm not saying inconsistent, against Norwich and Burnley's and whatever else. Like, you've had some hiccups, even under Tuchel with like West Brom last year. I'm saying it as in, when we talk about Liverpool and Man City, we're talking about a different class. With all due respect, Chelsea are not in that class.
They're not.
They can earn it this year for sure.
We have to prove that we are this season, and I feel like
sure.
the thing that we're lacking was the consistency in all the games.
Right.
But yeah, I don't want to dwell on this too long. Let me read some comments. C1 says, "So is 9 months competing is a purple patch? What the hell? That doesn't make sense."
What did you say? You competed for 9 months? Are we sure?
Yeah, but that was the sample I was giving.
What, Chelsea have competed for 9 months?
No,
we
like
in agreement of that?
We performed well for 9 months. Because if you're to take from when Tuchel came in, Chelsea were second to City in terms of the points accrued, and you look at the clean sheets that we've kept, most in Europe over 2020. So Bosta Endo says he's won away at Arsenal, Spurs, City, Liverpool, as well as beating both Madrid clubs and Juve. Respectfully, you're chatting whack. Like, how can I look at that and assume that we're going to go and be terrible in the big games?
No.
Man City?
Can I tell you why? Because you know how agenda-driven that comment is. He's named about how many games? We're talking about maybe 4 or 5 games there. One of them was last season. You know what I'm saying? So, one of them was this season. One of them was. No, but he said that he's won away at Arsenal, Spurs, City, and Liverpool. When did you beat City and Liverpool away?
That's
last season.
Yeah, and we also beat Spurs last season.
Yeah, so let's separate. Yeah, but you beat Spurs this season. That's why I'm including it as this season.
David, what are you telling me?
Hey, your man came third still.
Yeah, I was gonna say breaking news.
Yeah, it would have been farcical if you flip him on the Ballon d'Or. Let's have it right.
Let's have some class.
Let's have it right. Let's have it freaking right.
The Ballon d'Or is N'Golo Kante.
Oh, well done.
In 4th place is Karim Benzema. And in 3rd place is Jorginho.
Jorginho, big up, man. Big up my boy, man. Top 5.
Ballon d'Or, do the right thing. I'm
not gonna lie. I'm so grateful to Jehovah that Jorginho.
Thank God.
Because that is farcical.
Jorginho was never winning it. Come on, Jorginho was never winning it.
No. Chelsea fans were raising.
Chelsea fans were
include Oscar.
Guys,
which was
what did I tell you in the during the Euros? I said if England win the Euros, I want Mason Mount in that Ballon d'Or. If Kante win the Euros, I want Kante winning that Ballon d'Or. If Italy win it, I want J5. Because I've seen players win it for the trophies that they win, not for how good they actually are as players. So I was just throwing that in the ether because I back my team. I know some people on this panel don't like their team.
But we don't care.
Unfortunately, we know who's gonna win it though. We know who's gonna win it though.
I don't trust the Ballon d'Or period, yeah. But to pick Jorginho and Kante for the best player in the world was that stuff that Frank Lucas was selling in American Gangster. I'm so sorry.
Yo.
Do you think 4th and 5th place is too high for those guys?
I'm saying if they won it, I would have been pissed. And I don't even like the Ballon d'Or.
Yes!
Like the Ballon d'Or like that.
David, read the breaking news.
What's happened, bruv?
Hey, breaking Ballon d'Or news, man. Breaking Ballon d'Or news, guys. Read it out. Robin, read it out. Robin, read it out, man. Talk about it.
If he's happy, that means something good happened to Chelsea.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it did. It is official. It is official. Chelsea have been named Club of the Year 2021.
Love
2021 Club of the Year.
Love that for you.
Yeah, I'm buzzing, man. Absolutely buzzing. It means the world.
To be fair, it's probably accurate.
It's probably that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Is that men and women? Is that because I see the women celebrating as well?
Oh, it could be. Yeah, if it is men and women, then
I wonder if it's the full club.
Both of them won Champions League finals, isn't it?
Chelsea won the league, didn't they, last year?
Yeah, man. What? So the first ever Club of the Year, Ballon d'Or, inaugural. Okay. It says Oscar. What was the atmosphere like in the Britain telly? I was actually near the Manchester United fans, so they were really loud. The Man United fans, they're always one of the best away fans in the league.
They always give a good account, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't really gauge the vibe of the rest of the stadium. Like it was loud. It was definitely loud in there.
When J5 lost the ball, I felt the suction in the air. You know when everyone goes, I felt it.
No, it was. The gasps were real. The gasps were real. And I think when Rudy missed that chance, everyone lost it. It was horrible.
I mean, it was the last person you wanted on it, isn't it? To be fair, like you would have put anybody else on there, even Alonso. Alonso
everybody
can
wanted
finish.
Reece James.
Alonso
Everybody
finishes.
wanted Reece James there.
Yeah, I think every player bar him finishes that ball. Honestly, or maybe even Werner. Werner might not score that.
Yeah.
But
Werner might not score that.
before we move on,
Are we done with this game?
Yes, please.
well, I was gonna say because I know Peter wanted to talk about it, but we just skipped on it. The Ralph news. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about him, if that makes sense, because obviously I don't know him that well. But I just ask organisation.
Yeah, I just think it's a strange appointment. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know what your thoughts are on the interim saga with Manchester United. Why are you lot so obsessed with interim managers?
I disagree.
Because we're not intelligent.
Yeah,
That's
they
a
don't
good
have
answer.
a plan. So they
That's a good
literally
answer.
said they're gonna find someone to.
Adrian says he doesn't agree. So go ahead, mate.
Because I think 9 times out of 10, the word interim is short. It's a short-term fix, right? But the fact that Ralph is actually going into an upstairs position after, supposedly, is sensible, in my opinion. Because if this is the guy that's going to be identifying talent for you, if this is the guy that's going to be in constant liaison with the manager, if this is the guy that's going to be sorting out contracts, surely it makes sense for him to have 6, 7, 8 months working with this group of players, knowing who's good, who fits the system, trying to implement some sort of system, and then passing the baton on to a good manager in the summer. And if we look at this guy's talent ID, where he's unearthed, your likes of your Firminos, Upamecano's, Konates,
Of course, the first three examples are Liverpool players.
I mean, come on. Naby Keita as well. How can I forget him?
Hey, rep your set, man. Rep your set.
I'm just saying. So this is a guy who Man United have struggled with recruitment for years. And
Adrian, but you know what it is, yeah? You see, my issue with the club is that you remember how Dr. Umar was always saying it only takes a little bit of the coon chip, the DNA. It only takes a little bit.
It does.
We can throw all of this. Let's say Ralph Rangnick is as wavy as his ex-colleagues and mentees have all said, yeah? This all goes down the drain if we keep making signings like Ronaldo. If we're still on the hunt for Mauricio Pochettino, all of this goes down the drain. So for me, I'm like, listen, I want him to be as wavy as all the football nerds have been telling me about how his style is exactly what we need, exactly what the club needs as far as like from an infrastructure perspective. I hope he's the one catalyst that changes how we think. I hope he's the reason that Ferguson is disgusted by coming to the club and stops coming. I hope he's the reason that Ed Woodward does not. Yeah, because we need like hashtag Fergie stay home. Like honestly, I'm running that campaign.
I heard it. It's cold. It's cold outside still.
Guys, let's break the news, man. I'm flipping fed up of this Ballon d'Or.
What?
Mercy.
I'm fed up.
Mercy.
For the 7th time in his career, Lionel Messi has won the Ballon d'Or.
There's no justice. To be fair,
there's no justice. Messi deservedly won that tournament. I mean that trophy.
I just can't get 2020 out of my head, personally.
Yeah, no. They had to give. If they gave a 2020 Ballon d'Or to Lewandowski, I would have been cool. But the fact that they haven't, that still annoyed me.
No. Lewandowski needs to go up to FIFA and say, Uncle, where is my 2020 trophy? This idea of giving this year's to Lewandowski and you give 2021, 2022 to Messi, it's a snowball effect. Lewandowski go up to Infantino and say, my brother, where is my 2020 Ballon? That's all it is.
No, FIFA don't do it anymore. FIFA don't do it anymore. It went back to the L'Equipe.
It went back to France. France L'Equipe. It's back to L'Equipe.
It's crazy, man. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. I want to be as excited as a lot of the Man United YouTubers out there, yeah. But I can't because on one hand, I'm happy that this guy's not on Instagram. He's not sponsored by Adidas and Louis Vuitton. He's an old guy who cares about football and football only. However, how does that translate into the potential of this team, this current team on the pitch? Me, I'm part of Let's Wait and See FC. That's my team now. Because the truth is, we've been doing this tango, we've been doing this dance for 8 years. New manager buzz. The fact that he didn't get a flipping advert and all he got was a flipping Final Cut Pro design on Man United's Twitter page is all I want.
Even Canva.
Like not even
that's a movie maker, you know.
You get me? So all I want is to see evidence that they've actually made the right decision. Then we can get excited about the 2 years contract extension after this. But until I see any translation on the pitch, there's nothing to be excited about. Especially when we've seen what Tuchel has done to Chelsea. There's nothing to be excited about.
Ernest, okay, let me ask non-United fans on this one. Oscar,
Sure.
Am I the only one that feels that this is where this the way Man United have done this gives me no confidence in them whatsoever? Is it just me? Because I think the circus that we've watched since 2013. Do you not just feel like this is more of the same?
Great. I think it's an absolute disgrace that they let an international break go by, thinking that this Ollie situation was going to fix itself. Why Robin putting up 3 during the first one? You were still Ollie in, but
Oscar's not going to let him live. He's not going to let him live
on his neck.
I don't know why people could say that I was Ollie in.
Yeah, because Oscar, I ask you because me and you usually have similar views on Manchester United, and I want to know whether you feel.
My point was to say I think it's an absolute joke that they sacked him without knowing who they were bringing in. They had no clue. They sacked this guy, and the next day they had no clue. They had the meeting that night and assessed options. Why weren't they assessing
called
options
Rangnick
before?
On the Sunday?
Listen to what Ernest is saying. That's why I look at Manchester United like this is so dumb. Do I like the appointment? I like the appointment for the 2-year consultancy thing. I do think Man United just need a football brain in there because I feel like above Solskjaer, I don't know who is there that knows football. All I hear is about Ed Woodward. I don't hear about anything else. So
Fletcher? I thought Fletcher's the sporting director.
He's part of a committee.
Yeah, it's John Marto. John Marto's the new Don that's running the thing.
Yes. It's just jabs for the boys. Just that. You know what I mean? That's what Raheem was calling it. So yeah, I feel like I don't know the inner workings of Manchester United, but I feel like they need someone higher above the manager that actually has some sort of structural idea on how to run a football team and how to move. So I think the consultancy thing seems good. I think Ralph Rangnick's reputation is one of a footballing style. He keeps talking about style and philosophy and understanding how the players have to know how you play, which was anonymous under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So yeah, it seems good. But
he did win me over when he said we need a new left back. That's when I said, oh.
I mean, Ernest, if a Man United man walks into Man United and doesn't know they need a new left back, I mean, there's questions that have to be asked. How long has Shaw been there? I want to say 7 years. 5. Okay,
it can't be 5 years.
No, Luke Shaw is 6 years.
2015.
Look at 6 years. Look at him. Look at what you've got product from him in 6 years. I mean, if nobody's noticing that a new left back is needed. The thing with Ralph, he does seem like he makes football seem simple, and so in my head, I'm a bit like, well. Because I'm asking questions about him. Like, okay, I know that he's clearly got a football brain. He clearly has some acumen in the game. But I want to know why is he at Lokomotiv Moscow? I want to ask that question first and foremost, and then secondly, his times at Schalke. Okay, he won the German Cup there, and then whatever else. Hoffenheim, again, Leipzig again, and it's like. Which one are you? Are you a coach or are you a football director or whatever the term is?
I think the bigger question, because you've raised a fantastic point, I think the bigger question for United is what has he done for football, and what do you look at from his CV that you want? And I think the question has come back to Manchester United as an entity as to what do you want, because you've gone from a manager who hasn't won in 3 years. Spent A hell of a lot of money. I'm so sorry, Endo. Like Endo's absolutely right. We spent so much time talking about it.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
yeah, like he's so spot on. But flipping, you look at what Manchester United have the circus, as Peter's said, in the last 9 years, and I'm looking at a guy and I'm saying to myself, what does Manchester United want? If this means that you're going to give Erik ten Hag, because you feel like he fits the closest to Rangnick's philosophy, so Rangnick comes in and Ten Hag comes after, cool. But even then, you're not going to win because the other 3 managers that are on top of him are better than him. So again, what do you want? Which goes back to Oscar's point, is you took too long. That's just the build. So
why
the way I see it before I end is we are building again. That's what I can see.
Because what I don't get is like, why didn't you just keep Ollie and bring Rafnik in as the head of football? Do you know what I mean? Like, why can that be the case?
Have to sell, bro. Them Champions League nights have to play out
yeah.
Trafford.
Champions League had to happen.
Yeah, the fact that I said that we needed to qualify, and thank God we did, and all that stuff, because I was like, I can't do another half the year in Europa League. No way.
Oh, okay. You just want to avoid Europa. Oh, okay, fair enough.
I don't care who we play in the next round, get slapped and get out. I'm not trying to hear that hip hop, that 808s soundtrack in the Europa League, man. No way, bro.
No, fair dues. Let's wait and see, man. I don't think he'll be ready for the Arsenal game because of obviously work permit settings. So thank God for that.
You sound happy about that?
Of course, I want Carrick turning up to fill the side against us. You think I want Rangnick or Carrick? You know what I'm saying? What's my choices? Flip it out.
I'm sure Ralph will be on a FaceTime. You know what I mean? He'll be giving his words of wisdom.
Gang press.
Can we move on, please?
Let's go to the slaughterhouse. Let's go to the slaughterhouse at Anfield. Boss, like, come back. We're at the slaughterhouse where Liverpool gave Southampton 4, ladies and gentlemen, beating the mention of another Ralph. AD, your thoughts?
You need to get onto that one. Yeah, home's feeling at home. Home's feeling at home again.
Tonight is the night we will talk about the other Ralph.
I just think the intensity is there. I think when you've got a balanced midfield, the proof's in the pudding. Diogo Jota, by the way, that's someone I really want to touch on, because when Wolves sold him to us, a lot of Wolves fans were laughing. They're like, we got £45 million for a backup player. They've fleeced us. They've sold us a dud. But I think it just goes down to systems, isn't it? When you're in the system where you create, the kid is lethal. His movement is insane. He's in the right place at the right time. He's fit like
all the time.
Sometimes he can miss easy chances, but that's okay because he's always going to be in there. And law of averages dictates when chances are created, you're going to get a healthy tally. So we ended Saturday with having the 3 top goal scorers in the league. Salah, Mane, and obviously Jota as well. So I think what a signing he's been. Looking at the midfield now, that Thiago, Fabinho relationship that they've got going on, superb. Just the understanding of the game, and Thiago, he actually had a couple funny moments in the game. He was doing like diving headers outside his own box or things like that. But he's just the way he gets the ball, takes on a half turn, is able to spring attacks, is really, really good. And big up. Yeah, and absolutely, man, we're flying. And I think big up Alisson as well, because when you hear 4-0, you assume comfortable day at the office.
It wasn't a comfortable game for him.
Southampton had a couple of moments, and this is the thing why people like to get onto keepers like Ramsdale because Alisson just makes it look so easy. A guy is 1-on-1. He just comes out, he smothers the ball, he collects it.
Yeah,
I can't lie.
It's smothering. It's phenomenal. Honestly, it's so light.
The whole Ramsdale thing, just sorry to go off topic. Yeah, that annoyed me this weekend because man just made a normal save, but people were saying that was a good thing. That's great.
Robin,
that was a good save.
Step steady. Step steady.
No, No, people were saying that was the best thing since sliced bread. I was like, okay, guys, let's
tell you what.
calm down.
It's Twitter, isn't it?
Calm down a little bit.
It was a good save. It was a good save, Robin. Come on.
There's probably been 5 good saves this season in the Premier League, and Ramsdale holds 2 of them.
I'm not saying it's a bad save, but people were saying like it's the greatest thing they've ever seen, and I was like, okay, guys, calm down, calm. But yeah, back to Liverpool. No, they had a great game, and I thought it will easily breeze through past Southampton. My issue lies now of the other team.
Wait, before you get there, I want to ask Adrian this: how is your goal difference plus 28? How?
Because, bro, we've been doing it on the low. Like, did you know? Guess how many clean sheets Liverpool have got this season?
How many clean sheets have they got this season?
7, the most in the league. It astonished me.
7 clean sheets in the league. Wow,
that's really on the low, you know.
No.
Hold on.
It's
so low.
Am I capping? Is it 8?
So low.
That's
I think it's 8.
That's
you know,
really on the lot. Do you know what it is? It's because when you guys
got one as well.
Oh, is it?
No,
Wow, that's brilliant.
That is so low.
And then obviously we're giving teams 4. You're scoring 2 every week, so it's gonna add up.
Hey, piss off, Adrian, man. What's the matter with you? Listen, we're giving teams 4. Well, why? Why?
It is, man. And then like Konate as well. Konate actually had a ropey game, but again, I mean, there's a time where Konate gets skinned, and then Alisson has to make a save, and then he just gives him just a little pat on the back. And bro, again, we've got so many leaders in the team, man. So we're cooking at the moment. We're cooking.
Yeah, big up Liverpool, man. Another impressive victory.
Yeah, you got 7 in the league. 7 clean sheets in the league. It's phenomenal stuff.
Oh, Alisson's got 6, and then Kelleher's got 1. Yeah.
Is Kelleher got 1 like outside of England?
No,
outside
Watford.
the Prem?
No, he played against Watford.
But you got 7 in. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Okay, so what's like saying that you got the same as Chelsea?
Well, do Chelsea have 7?
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah. I think they've got
Chelsea got 7 clean sheets as well.
Yeah.
Wow, good stuff.
Shocker.
Good stuff. Yeah. Look, Liverpool they're doing their thing, man. They're look. Everybody's fit, you know, so we shouldn't be that surprised when we're seeing them do this well, because of course this is what they were like 2 years ago when they did have all their players fit. They were just bombarding teams, killing them off as they go.
Adrian, we were having a debate at the shop today.
Yeah.
So we were talking about like the types of teams that Trent fits in it. Because my argument was that Trent, for me, is a super system player.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like he could go to Madrid, he could go to Barca, he could go PSG, but he couldn't go Chelsea. Like, he could. There's some teams I feel like they're gonna ask him to do more than create.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think?
No, you're spot on. You're spot on. And you see, for Liverpool, the system's been developed to get the best out of him. And you're right. Especially if it's a team where there's going to be more asked of him defensively, it's long. Like, let's not pretend like he's decent. I don't think he's an awful defender, because he's playing for one of the best.
He's not
in the
awful.
world. But yeah, he's not good. He's not great, shall I say?
I honestly think if he's not in Liverpool, he can only fit into one other team, and that's Bayern, because they play in such a similar way. I feel like
only
the whole
on
defense. Yeah, because I feel like the way that Madrid play now or Barcelona play now, I don't think it feels the same, like the heavy metal stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I've been watching the thing. I know.
Mendy is a paprika version of Benjamin. It's the same player.
That's a wild name. Edwards restoring the dignity.
Yeah.
That's the only good one I know. Even that Nampalys and Mendy is a bit naughty at Leicester.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Hey, you see, bro, all the football manager does were telling me Nampalys is as good as Kante. I said, bro, okay.
Bro. I heard that about Amati, bro. When tried to tell me Amati is the new thing, is the in thing.
Yeah, I thought Amati was going to be the guy.
Guy, come on, man.
To be fair, that leg break was nasty, though, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just feel like the way Liverpool play, yes, they have technicality, but teams like PSG or City are super reliant on technical stuff.
Like that point you just made. No, but that's very underrated. Bro, do you know how much tech Liverpool have in their team?
For sure.
It's not like it's rock and roll football. I get it, but like they're all techie, bro.
To a degree, yeah.
They're all technical. They're all technically, bro. I've seen some crossfield passes from Jordan Henderson that when he was a Geordie, I never saw. When he was a real Geordie,
you can't call him. Is he a Geordie? You can't call him a Geordie.
Yeah.
Newcastle fans will be after you.
What's he, a tune?
Ain't he a Maccan? He's a Maccan. Listen, mate. Tell a Geordie. Tell a Geordie that he's a Geordie. They're coming for you, mate.
Potato.
Whoa. Yeah,
sorry.
Whoa.
I'm coming for you.
Bro,
yes.
No, but in all seriousness though, like Fabinho's got tech. Let's not even talk about Thiago. When Naby Keita's not like, when he's not like getting injured, Naby Keita's got technique, bro. Like Liverpool is also based on how good players are on the ball. Like Trent, for me, yeah, man, he walks into more teams than people think, but he's a system player.
Yeah.
Boss like Endo, didn't you score only one against Chelsea?
Yeah, I'm guessing. I was thinking the same. I guess that was over 17 games ago.
Raw. I thought he was talking like last season and this season.
That's even more impressive.
I think including Champions League and League Cup, all that stuff.
So that means the whole season we've only scored less than 2 goals once, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey.
I guess so.
Lola said it's like calling someone from South London and North London.
Love it.
No. In fact, even Northwest and North, completely different.
For real, man.
Yeah.
Listen, no disrespect to the North Londoners, but we there's an NW on the letters, okay?
Yeah. Now, when people say, "Oh, you're from North," I have to correct them all the time. I'm like, no.
Correct, Sean. Correct.
Northwest is more old school. Like, do you know what I mean?
Man, say I'm from North. Yeah. I'm from Wembley. What? North?
Sort it out, man.
Sort it out, love. Yeah, Liverpool riding high. Listen, the top 3 is separated by 2 points, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea at the top with 30. Man City, who we can get onto, with 29 points, and Liverpool on 28 points. It is lovely. It is toasty. It is cold up there.
Ralph needs to go.
Oh, okay. You want to talk about Ralph? Why does he need to go, Robin?
I'm sorry. There's so much you can do before it's like, okay, we need to evaluate why you're still here. Like, why is he still here, guys? Like,
no, guys, I've been on this pod I don't know how many times now. I said, where is the pressure? I want the gang in press on Ralph. Why is there no press on Ralph? I remember, and you know, like, oh, allow it. At the start of the season, I said, nah, no one gets away losing 9-0 twice.
Murder
in the Prem. No one gets away with that.
That's genocide.
Is he gaining favor because he's exotic?
Yeah.
I mean,
no, that's got to be it. If it was Alan Pardew that these results were happening under.
I mean, this is a guy went. This guy went on his knees when he beat Liverpool and started crying.
That should have been a red flag in and of itself.
I question Adrian. I've had marks on this guy because what he did at Leipzig, I was a big fan of. I said, "Yo, this is a new Don. He's coming out here, boom, boom, boom." And when he got Leipzig second in the Bundesliga under Ralf Rangnick, by the way, I thought, "Oh, hello, here we go." When he moved to Southampton, though, I was like, But then you know how like Southampton kind of been bigged up in the last few, like, you know, over the past decade, they've been sort of looked at as, this is a good youth system. Southampton seem to have got their stuff well. You remember when they had was it Nigel Adkins they had, and then they had Poch, and then you know they seem to get it right in terms of management and players, and the players they brought in. I mean, look how many people got look how many people Leicester Southampton players got into the England side, for crying out loud. Yeah, that's an exotic tax. You know, it's one of those where I did question it, but it might have just been the perfect fit. Do you know what I mean? It's not fitting. I don't know about you lot. It's not fitting.
Well, Pia, Lola's asked an interesting question. She said, "Why should Ralph go? Let's be serious, be serious. With the players at hand, where should Southampton be? That being said, Potter is overachieving with that Brighton team."
Look, Southampton haven't improved under Hasenhüttl, number one. Number two, I would even argue they've gone slightly backwards. It's a very minimal steep, but they're sliding. They're
ice rinking. Personnel, though?
He's been there long enough.
They saw the best players.
He's been there long enough. He's been there long enough. Even with Danny Ings, where did he finish?
Okay, fair.
You know them ones. Like I said, look, I like the guy. I think he's a good manager. But we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it because where was he? When did he join? What was the season he joined? Do we know? Was it 18, 19? Was it before that?
I think he's been there 3 years now. I think.
Yeah, 18, 19. I think he finished like 16th in the league. Let me see, where's 20? Okay, he finished 11th in 2019-20. So after the pandems, 2021 again 15th place. Like this isn't the Southampton we were here for. Do you know them ones? This wasn't the Southampton that we were accustomed to, by the way. They were a top 10 side, in my opinion. And I feel like they should be a top 10 side. But,
I think that's harsh.
Do you think so? As in, not with the players they got now, sorry, but like as in he's come in and like, they finished 16th one year, then they finished 11th the next year. Then they're back to the 16th and whatever else.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? Maybe, yeah. The Hasenhüttl train is interesting, man. It's just I'm just nah with him, and I felt like I expected more. I wanted that juice.
I definitely hear you, and the facts that obviously he's lost 9-0 twice. He's had some awful results in the league. It's testament to your point. I hear that, but at the same time, I think it was a coup for Southampton to bring him in the first place. You'd assume that he'd be able to take them over that threshold and get them back into the top 10. But bro, if you come into a season and they sell your best striker, they sell your best centre half, you're having to rebuild again. It's tough. Like there's only so much you can do, in my opinion. I don't know.
I think both of you. I think we're both right. I think what Lola was saying, I think she's probably thinking, do you know what? In fairness, like, should he be fired for the job he's done at Southampton? Maybe not, but just like I expected something. Who did they have before him? Did they have Mark Hughes before him?
Pellegrino.
Oh, Pellegrino. Okay. Yeah, that was hilarious. But this, like, boss like Sanders said 5 years ago, they finished above Chelsea and Liverpool. You know the ones like Koeman had a good season with them.
Bought like 4 players of them.
Man said this is I finished 11th last season, 15th this season. This is Southampton.
11th last season?
No, I swear that was the season before.
I swear Villa finished 11th.
2021.
I think he's talking about the last 2 seasons.
Unless you meant like 11th was the season before, then last season was 15th. Okay. That's what I was like. When they were 11th, I was like, okay, this is the Southampton I can get accustomed to, because they were a top 10 side before this. I know they had a mayor with Mark Hughes. I totally understand that they had a mayor with Mark Hughes, but what's his name? Ronald Koeman, Pochettino. I think Claude Puel was a bit of a smelly one. But then, to
be fair, he used to get top 10 though.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
If I was a Southampton fan, I'm not sliding into the DMs.
Like, is the football even that good?
Oh,
like the football's not that good. Like
absolutely
the
not.
way I know Liverpool can make anyone look like Pitney, but my God, it was brutal to watch them get swipe. And then, man, our next home game is against them, so I'm hoping they're in that same vein of form.
Yeah, Thiago's goal midweek.
Yes, it was saucy.
Saucy in the words. What do you describe that as? That was immersion.
What's not to like about Thiago? Robin, any comments on this Liverpool Southampton situation before we move things swift?
Other than that, I think we've covered it all. Yeah, we've covered it all. Liverpool are just doing their thing nicely through the Champions League. I think they'll even take it easy against AC Milan because they topped the group and just play the kids.
Mate, before that they've got the Merseyside derby. So watch out for that. Yeah. That should be lovely, jobly. Arsenal. Yeah, go ahead.
Apparently, we've won 1 derby away in the last 9 years. That was preposterous.
That's shocking.
But it's true.
Really?
I think we've won 1 and drawn 8.
Nah, well, man, I go to Goodison just collected 1 point. The thing is, Goodison is a nasty ground to go to, man. It's a tough ground, but yet if Everton find themselves,
you need to look at this Everton. Like, They should be patching them away evenly.
It's drivel, this Everton, I must admit. I mean, yeah, you drew 2-2 last time, 0-0 the year before that, 0-0 the year before that, 0-0 again the year before that. Yeah, this is one of the worst derbies as well. Especially the good. You know when people talk about what's a good derby, what's a great game, what's a big, Everton Liverpool never comes to mind. Never comes to mind. And yet you'd think it would offer it up. You know what I'm saying? So
the best derby is North London by country mile, man.
Do you think so?
Well, you get goals, you get unpredictability, in my opinion, anyway.
Yo, SW6 that said that he was at the Brentford Everton game. Everton will get onto, my friend. Don't you worry. Yeah, I don't know, North London derby. What's the most entertaining derby? That's a good question, actually. I don't know.
What do you guys think in the comments?
Yeah, comment below what's the most entertaining derby, because as an Arsenal fan, I can't look at it from an entertaining point. All I've got is my blood pressure high, and you know what I'm saying, like singing songs against Tottenham. That is my North London derby experience, and always has been. David, the arse back into winning ways. 2-0 against Newcastle United. Lovely stuff from Mr. Bukayo Saka and Gabby Martinelli. Let's talk about it, man. Are you with me?
No. The ball from Tomiyasu and the finish.
His first touch, Ernest. It was his first touch. You can't come off the bench cold. You know the muscles are cold blood. Yeah, he comes off the bench.
I know it like it was cold. Like this went tough.
Robin, if it looks cold in London, you know it's cold. You know it's a cold day for the UK. It's a cold day for the UK. If London looks cold, and that never looks cold. If London looks cold, then you know. But man, like you mentioned, guys, earlier, the Gabby touch. I mean, caress. It was that those kind of goals will tell me if you're a Brazilian or not. When I saw that goal, I thought that's a Brazilian. That's it right there. Bukayo Saka's goal, good finish for a guy who doesn't finish that well. Good little play with Emil Smith-Rowe and of course Nuno Tavares. It was good football. Newcastle, however,
he's fun. Tavares is a funny player. He's a very funny player.
He is funny, bro.
Listen, bro.
Funny.
I like Tavares. What I will say, a couple of things. Arsenal fans, allow it, blood. Yeah, allow the kids. Like, let's take this one. Look, Thomas Partey and Aubameyang are the only players that are like over 24 in our side, right? And Lacazette if he starts the game, right? So Nuno's a cracking. The fans were getting onto the players already inside like 20, 25 minutes. Nuno being one of them, because obviously he thought he was Thomas Partey and was doing an imitation of just kicking things into the North Bank up into club level, right? Fair enough, right? But remember the hellacious weekend we had last week at Anfield. Big up to Mikel Arteta on this, because he didn't change the whole thing. He just put in Odegaard. I can't remember who he's dropped. If you bring in Odegaard, who have you dropped? I can't remember now. But the fact that he kind of kept Tavares there, he kept Sambi there after they had a baptism of fire at Anfield. And their confidence picked up. Sambi played well. Nuno played well. I thought they were pretty decent. But I just don't like the fact that the crowd were getting very antsy. In the first half, the crowd was starting to get antsy on people like Nuno. And I was just like, bruv, leave these men alone. They're kids. Like, they're kids. It's not the days of when we had, all grown-ups in our side and, they were still messing around and still missing chances and whatever else, and they could probably take it. We've got to understand that we're bringing in primary school kids in the Premier League, okay? And at the moment, we are joint fourth in the table. I cannot believe that I'm even thinking or even saying that we are there literally in the midst with West Ham, above Tottenham, above Wolves, Man United, Leicester, teams that are going to be in and around us for the whole duration of the season. So I'm very, very happy that the fact that Arsenal did bounce back. It took them a while to get into it because, again, Arteta's football is a bit rigid. It's a bit, static, if you will. The football is still slow, but then you see the goals that we scored, it was all just quick, one touch, it was quick and move, right? And whenever Arsenal play like that, it doesn't matter what the manager is. When Arsenal play quick, no defender knows what to do. They don't know what they're doing. So I just hope that we can continue in that vein. And we shut down shop in terms of like at 2-0, it was game over. Yes, it was Newcastle. Let me not get all over excited. They're bottom of the league. Eddie Howe, by the way, is keeping that club up because there were so many positive signs in that Newcastle side that I saw. And Eddie Howe's got a good enough side to keep them up. And a fantastic save from Aaron Ramsdale from that John Shelvey attempt.
I'm just going to go through some of the comments very quickly.
Let David get his piece in there as well.
Abdi, and then David will speak after. Abdi saying Martin getting baby minutes. Remember when Arsenal fans hyped him 2 years ago? I don't know what
with
you guy wants to say about that.
With good reason.
He's got ability, man.
With good reason.
Yeah.
Look at this.
The first half was, it took until injury time for a semblance of good play.
I mean, look.
It was a bad first half. It was.
Please,
was all right.
Trafford. Bailey's going to move to him. He will help United more than a threat. SW6 saying Newcastle are going down like that, which I 100% agree. Like Newcastle are trash, and they're still going
guys.
down.
I saw good stuff from Newcastle, man. I saw good stuff from them.
Newcastle are trash as well. And then you got a question from Footy Agendas. Peter, are Oba and Laka officially done? The legs are not there, but they're shooting, and they're shooting is horrendous.
Oba's not done. Oba's problem at the moment that we need to find out in the season is getting a way of football, like a system to suit his needs. We're not really suiting. I know he missed a glaring chance. Don't get me wrong, but the days of Wenger and even Emery, we were playing to Aubameyang. Everything was going through him, and yet he now can turn up into a game. I kid you not. How many touches of the ball besides that miss? How many touches of the ball do we think even Aubameyang had? God knows. You know them ones. Peter back in Newcastle was like when AD was defending.
I've been real. I saw signs, man. I thought they were unlucky. No, the amount of games they lost by one goal, a 1 goal margin.
I love it, AD. I said I saw signs. Listen,
I saw signs, man. I didn't.
No, look, listen. Eddie Howe, I don't know if anybody watched this game, but Newcastle, I've not seen them play like this season. There were times in the moment where Shelvey. By the way, if Shelvey can get the right discipline and everything else, man, honestly, like what they could do with him and like Callum Wilson, Saint Maximum, we know what he's about. Guys, that's a good, like, you look at the teams at the bottom, Burnley, Norwich.
They've got good attributes.
Exactly. Burnley, Norwich, Southampton, Brighton. These men ain't got nothing on these, man. In terms of, like, the talent of these sides.
I wouldn't go that far, though.
Name me Norwich's hot player. Name me Burnley's hot player. Southampton's hot player. At least Newcastle have Wilson and St. Maximum. And they've got a decent manager in Eddie Howe. Like, honestly, guys, look, guys, I'll let the season talk, but I genuinely think Eddie Howe will sort that situation out nicely. I genuinely think that. But David, sorry, man.
Bog standard win, bro.
Oh, get off it. I'm done. I'm done out of this podcast. Bun this, man. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Why are you getting
celebrate? Come with me, man. Let's go.
No.
3 points. Joint fourth.
I don't care, bruv.
For flip's sake, man. It's nearly December.
I don't care.
We are, bruv. Go on.
Every time we talk about Arsenal, I always wait for Peter to go on his high and David to just bring man down to earth, bruv.
I don't care, bruv.
Depression kills early. Listen, we are 7 points behind the league leaders in December.
I'm going to say once again, just wait.
Okay, David, you see,
7 wins in 13 this season in the league. We have 7 wins. It's not even December. We have 7 wins. Listen, the last time Arsenal smelt 7 wins by December, go do your research. Go do your look for your history.
That's fine,
man.
Well, David, are you saying you're gonna hit a brick wall and you're gonna start getting L? Like, what are you waiting for exactly?
It's coming. Don't worry.
What's it?
That January tinkers after New Year.
Okay. Listen, Matt Ritchie, how are you gonna bring on these, man? Come on, I'm not talking Ritchie and them, man. There, obviously they got. Listen, they need to buy a back four. That's for damn sure. They need to buy a back four. Shelvey is a lost cause. He's been a great passer since Liverpool days. No discipline whatsoever. Yeah, that's it. His discipline is the only problem. He's got the technique.
Talk about that time. What did he say to Sir Alex when he got sent off in the biggest game of the season? What did he say?
He said, "Where I'm from, we don't snitch." Where I'm from.
That moment written off. He was never gonna make it. Never gonna make it.
I said, Peter, you're waiting for Shelby to find this. And you lot are mugging me off. I said, David knows back-to-back L's to United and Everton. Are you sure, boss? Like, are you sure? Listen. Of course, I've got some Arsenal tinted glasses, okay, going into this week. Everton and Man United back-to-back L's? Me! Listen, guys, I will apologize on air. If we lose back-to-back to Manchester United and Everton, I will apologize to you. Boss, I'll apologize. David, I'll apologize to you. I will apologize to the nation of Top 4 Podcast. There is no chance in hell, Q Vince McMahon, there is no chance in hell we lose to Everton and Man United in the space of 4 days. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. This Man United side and that Everton side, that shower of absolute garbage. Come on.
I hope it does. It happens. What? So you got us on Thursday, and Everton on Monday night away as well.
On the Monday night away. So it'll be live on the podcast. I will be here apologizing to the nations. But let me be very clear, ladies and gentlemen. There is no chance in hell. When I say in hell, we are losing both to Man United and then to Everton. No chance. No chance. No frigging chance.
I hope so, Peter, because I bought a couple of stocks in Mikel still.
I didn't say buy stock. I didn't say buy any stock.
I bought a couple of pieces.
Listen. Here's our season, innit? Yeah, we're gonna get beat by the top guys because they're top guys, right? Yep. And then what we got to do is deal with the meat and potatoes of guys around us.
Yep.
You know the ones we've beaten Spurs. We've beaten Spurs this season. We've dispatched Leicester this season. Okay, we're coming up against Wolves soon. We got West Ham very, very shortly as well. Brighton and Hove Albion, I'm still disappointed that we drew that, and Palace and whatnot. We beat the likes of Villa and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We're beating the teams that we should beat, which is good. Arsenal don't do that. Okay, I don't know what Arsenal anybody is remembering here. But David, drink it in while you can. Because very, very soon, when we go and meet a holy grail of a team, i.e. Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, then that's when we have to drink the Bovril. You know what I'm saying? And keep it moving.
You can drink that, bruv. I'm good.
Listen, I pray to God that Peter apologizes next Monday night. We'll see.
Robin, in your heart of hearts, you're a true man, yeah? In your heart of hearts.
What?
And I mean, well, let's see if he lies to himself. Is what I want to know.
Okay.
I want to see if he's the kind of guy that will lie to himself. Do you see Arsenal losing to both Man United and then 4 days later losing to Everton, to the Toffees?
Everton is where I draw the line. I'll be like, okay, that's funny. No, that's not happening. United, I wouldn't be surprised if you lost.
I don't know if you've paid attention to this Everton side this season. Listen, SW6 said he was
Everton. I draw the line.
Yeah. Not you, but as in, I want the masses to understand. Have you seen Everton this season? I need people to digest. When was the last time Everton won a game? Okay, I'll wait for you.
Don't tell me it was United.
No, I'll wait for you to. Did it even win that? Come back to me. Come back to me.
Oh, they didn't beat United.
They didn't even win against United.
Oh man.
No, it was a 1-1 draw. The penalty.
No. Listen. I've asked you guys a question. You're not answering the question. When was the last time Everton won in the league, or in all comps? Because in the middle of it, they went out on penalties to QPR. When did Everton last win the game? Can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? Can I tell you? Can I break it to you? Can I give you the breaking news? Yeah? Go look at your calendars to September 25th when they beat Norwich City at home. That's the last time they won a that's the last time they won a football game.
That's 2 months.
Football game. And who was it? Was it Boss Like Endo? The audacity to come on here and say, because David knows what's pending, back-to-back L's with Manchester United and Everton. You've got to be frigging me. You've got to be kidding me. One of the teams we're playing away this week is drawing with teams like Everton, is losing at home to frigging Aston Villa, is getting pump action by Liverpool and Manchester City and the like. The other one, should I tell you what the scores have been? Brentford 1-0, City 3-0, 0-0 with Spurs, 2-1 against Wolves, 5-2 at home against Watford. Let me tell you guys, no. The answer is no. At home, 1-0 to West Ham. Then they drew at Old Trafford. Then they beat Norwich 2-0. Which before that, remember, they got pump action 3-0 at Villa. 3-0 at Villa. Okay? Boss, come forward. You step forward. As I said, I will apologize because even I can't look at my team in the face if they go with back-to-back L's like this. I can't.
I hear that.
Oh, Jesus. Ran over. I'll tell you the only thing that's very frustrating. Do you know there's 4 teams in the Premier League with positive goal difference? Only 4 teams in the league with positive goal difference. Chelsea on 26, City on 20, Liverpool 28, West Ham on 8. Arsenal with -2 in 5th place. -2. Yeah. It's farcical. It's absolutely farcical. Before we move on completely, Tomiyasu had a brilliant game, getting forward, an assist, and shutting down Gucci headband. Best defender on the night. Sorry, my new Mr. Consistency. Interessant. Yeah, Tomiyasu, listen, solid. Has been solid. And he's learning still. You know what I'm saying? Because he had a rope.
Who likes defending?
He's proud. He takes pride in it.
Ernest, if there's a lesson to learn from this signing, guys, if you want defenders, go to Serie A. Doesn't matter the nationality. Go to Serie A because they defend. You think at Bologna he was going forward? You think at Bologna man's going forward? You think he knows what going forward means? These man. This is a city that made bolognese. No. These man, they come here to defend.
Oh,
hence Bologna. Yeah, hence Bologna.
They made sure to make us know.
He definitely was there. He was there barging man.
Fantastic point.
Yes.
We need to discuss Uncle Kweku Partey.
He said for a good time, man.
No.
What did he do?
For a good time.
Ernest, you already know last week. Last week. My yellow card.
What is happening with Thomas Partey?
Do you know what? Yeah, he's deep in it. I've come out of the shackles of Diego Simeone and that hard defending, that hard intense training, and you realize
Gustavo football, boy.
No, but Ernest, think about this. Yeah, you come from Gustavo football where everything is discipline. Yeah, I even give this thing for Saul as well. The reason why Saul's not doing too great at Chelsea. Imagine coming out of such regimented schools, the Paul Washers, the John Pipers of the world, and then you come into the Hillsong, into the Joel Osteen, where everything is liberal, everything is cushy. People like Pepe and Aubameyang coming in with gold cars. Ernest, your life is finished. Your life is changed. You can't come to the training ground, find a car that is gold.
Pepe,
that is gold.
Pepe, I think he's did he come from? Did his missus give birth or something? And I see him with a bus down. I said, "Yeah, this guy."
Ernest,
this is it, man.
Ernest, if you as a Thomas Partey,
did Lola just say that Partey just turned 23?
Of course, it can't be him. It can't be him. It can't be him.
No,
it can't be him. It can't be him. It can't be him. She must be talking about Tomiyasu. It cannot be him.
Yeah,
it cannot be him.
Partey's born in 1993.
And that's a lie too. Even that's a lie.
I think he is talking about Tomiyasu. Looking at back.
And by the way, Tomiyasu at that age also a lie. Let's be very clear. These are men. They can't be younger than me. These are men that cannot be younger than me. I'm not accepting it. Look how old they look. Look how the faces are mature.
Yeah.
Their man's faces are mature. Listen, bro, I would actually call him uncle on a big man thing. With all due respect,
he has done 10,000 hours behind the desk.
Now, on a real blood, on a real. I said, Partey, I have 2 things. One, he's being asked to be more conservative. I've clocked. But then also, London life has defo got to him. Yeah, listen, look. I need availability from Thomas. That's all I want from you, bro. Availability is the best ability. That's all I need from Tom. That's what I need from him. Because man like Sambi and Maitland-Niles are going to run that show if you're not careful. Okay? So, I mean, if it's one of those, isn't it? We're sitting there thinking, is he a defensive midfielder? Is he not? Why are we asking these questions? What were we buying? What were we buying when we Shirky, my friend, footy agendas, I am doubting Shirky. When he was 16, I was hearing about this kid. I said, he's not 16. He can't be. People looking older than me, claiming ages.
That's harsh, Peter, man.
AD.
Fair enough.
AD. Listen, I grew up on Kanu, on Ibue, on Torres, okay, Laurens, people that I claimed to be in their 20s when they were playing for the Arsenal. Come on. Anyway, but yeah,
Kanu
look.
was playing it, man.
What was he? 30? Was he 30 for Portsmouth? He was 30 for Portsmouth winning the FA Cup. Come on, do me a favour.
I was listening to a podcast. What's it called? Under the Cosh, right? They talked to like loads of like lower league players. People were telling me like Kanu used to take the stairs in training at Portsmouth. I mean, sorry, he used to take the lift. He couldn't take the stairs. So he used to take the lift. He was in awful condition. That was like 12 years ago. So I wonder what he's like now.
Oh man. Oh fam, I'm dead. Thoughts on the United Arsenal game? I mean, look, yeah. The thing is, as long as they've got Ronaldo, man, Ronaldo and Arsenal give me nightmares. That's a nightmarish situation for me. So as long as Ronaldo's there, man, United will probably win that. If he starts, United will probably win that. We can't stop him. That's the problem. There's a lens. Academy players will always look young, and young foreign players will look old. Footballers in gen always seen older. Maybe so, but I mean, there are some guys with the maturest of faces. You know them ones. Like Partey could have been in Ghana's 2010 World Cup team, comfortably. Could have been in that team with Asamoah Gyan and all that man there. Come on. Anything else on Arsenal before we move on? Oh, like the old days. Are you sure for each genders? Are you sure?
That's an agenda I can't co-sign, unfortunately.
That's the Gerrard slapping up the air.
I saw one time Vieira's presence intimidated me so much. He passed it to Thierry Henry. I don't know about that, man.
Do you know how many assists Gerrard gave Thierry Henry in his career? Flipping hell, man. Come on. Even for France, he was giving them through balls. But since Footy Agendas has brought it up, let's discuss it very briefly. Palace 1, Aston Villa 2. I was gutted for Vieira, of course, but also like I was kind of happy for Gerrard at the same time.
Same.
Like to see him getting 2 back-to-back wins. He talked about the commitment of his team. You know, if you ever doubted Gerrard, well, you know, you might look up and be like, hang on a minute.
The thing is, did they play well?
From what I saw highlights, so it looked like it was. It looked kind of even, in fairness. I think nobody was surprised though that Villa did get the 3 points. Don't forget they were 2-0 up at that one stage. So, you know, it was one of those for today. Indeed, that tweet is flipping hilarious. As Partey is gonna open up for Wizkid on Wednesday.
Bro, man.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, he's not a serious guy, man.
What's he gonna do? What song is he gonna do?
You know what's mad? I know for a fact. Partey has been to at least 2 shows, bro, in the last 4 days. I know he's been to 2 shows,
especially with an early kickoff on Saturday. he was nowhere to be found. Ask him where he was at 3 o'clock on Saturday, because he was at the Emirates.
When I saw him at Yam Festival with the Louis Vuitton jeans jacket, I said, "Yeah, this guy is active."
The thing is, I don't think he believes a life was like this. This was possible in football. I genuinely think that he grew up in, you know, playing football in Spain, and then he's come here and he said, "Wait, what? Is this what's been available all this time?" Me, I'm gonna enjoy.
It's like a kid in a candy store.
Honestly, it's what it feels like. And the thing is, it's such an immature thing to do. But yeah, it's Uncle Thomas. That Villa team is compact. They play good defense, but I'm reserved before giving him that Mourinho Simeone stamp. Oh, interesting. Okay, I wasn't ever thinking of that. But like I said, man, Villa have got some men in there, man. Gerrard will have some fun. We will have some fun with that team. Top 10 finish.
They will contend for Europa League. That's for sure. Yeah,
I don't know about that. If Europa League is as low as what, 6th place, then I don't know. Conference, you might have a conversation there. You might have a conversation there. But Europa League's too far. I think that's with teams like Villa to come and compete with West Ham and Spurs and Arsenal and Leicester. You know what I mean? Like that's a tough mix. I think the Wolves are in the mix as well, like probably in there. But yeah, it's an impressive away win for Aston Villa. Very good away win. Manchester City I said Sean Dyche. That was just for show. I swear down. There's no way he just stepped out there in the snow. Did you man see it?
These Northerners in a white shirt. These Northerners are weirdo. No, they're weirdos. Don't know why. It's like the further north you get, the more pride they take in handling colds. I don't get it. I saw Scott Brown one time in Russia walking with his shirt off. Drinking iron brew like these lot.
Of course, there were topless guys at the Newcastle end at the Emirates on Saturday. I said I can't deal with you, man.
Well, to be fair, I heard Sean Dyche was doing it. He was basically trying to say, "Yo, guys, the game can still go on. I'm ready."
I think. Do you know what's so funny? Yeah, people underestimate. Snow is wet as well. You know, like you can't just stand out in snow and it just sits on you and it just stays there. It gets wet and it drips. So when Sean Dyche was standing out there, I was like, "Come on." Did you hear Conte's comments about the game being called off? The thing I said in the group chat. Oh, Conte. Listen, Conte's the player of the week. He's the player of the week. I swear down. The guy is on form. Man said, this is about the Burnley game because I think in these conditions it's not football. Then he said, I want to play football. I want to have fun. I want to play and give emotion. I said, this guy's a clown. That's why I said in the group. I said, when you read things, in a certain man's voice, I could hear Conte's voice and the way he spoke about it. I want to play and give emotion. I think in this situation, I don't know. I think in this situation, it's impossible, and there is a serious risk of players to take any good injury, and that is not good. This guy's hilarious. That guy is hilarious. Can we talk about Conte midweek after Tottenham lost to who? To Lucas Moura. Who the hell is this team? Who are they? Lost to a team that was formed in 2012. Listen, since Tottenham won a trophy, this club was last formed after Tottenham won a trophy. This is unbelievable scenes, Jeff.
A man said they lost the Mansa Musa, bruv. I was dying.
The guy said after 3.5 weeks, I have finally understood the situation. Do you know what kind of talk that is? Man said, I now know that Tottenham are not at the top level.
Pierre, do you find that alarming? Why did it take him so long?
Do you know what? Yes, my integrity of Conte was questioned when he said that statement. I did question him. I said,
after 3 training sessions with Everton Sanchez, you should have known.
You should have known. You should have known. You know what's so funny? You know when he was manager of Chelsea, yeah? When he was manager of Chelsea, he thought, I'm going to let them play like they used to play, have the same formation and red to tear. As soon as it goes to pot, I'm flipping it, right? He came to the Emirates and then he said, "Now, ban this, never again." Then the guy came to Tottenham. His first game, he played a back three. He wasted no time. Vitesse on him. With Vitesse on him. The guy came in with the back three straight off the bat, blood. Straight off the bat. And already people are saying, you know what? Dele Alli, you see that man there? Dele Alli's days are numbered. Ndombele's days are numbered. These are people whose days are numbered, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, I cried, man.
You know how much of a sick point that is? Because there's certain managers that their style is so, obvious, yeah? Who's not going to last.
Yeah.
When they started talking about Rangnick coming in,
and you started looking at your dressing room.
I looked at my dressing room of the way that his style plays. I was like, yeah.
I said, Lucia's gone. Flipping, what's it? Maguire's gone. I looked at it and said, bro, Bearman are gone, Bearman are not going to be here. So I look at the Chelsea team in 2017 and Tottenham is god awful. That is
garbage.
God awful side.
Garbage.
They are going to be.
That's what I said when we beat them 3-0. I said, this is nothing. Guys, it's top.
No. Manchester, real talk. That window of Ollie's last days, yeah. If Man United beat you, you're not good.
Them ones.
Yeah.
Them ones.
There was like a 4-week, 8-week window where if Manchester United beat you, you're not good. Period.
Away as well. Man, come to my perch and beat me. This United side, flipping hell. Questions have to be asked. But like you're right. You know, I genuinely was concerned. Like, Conte, what do you mean you now understand the situation?
Are you seeing what Endo's just put up?
Spurs are third in their yeah, they're third. They can't also. In fact, in earnest, let me break it down. Like Ice Kid. They cannot qualify automatically to the knockout stages. Meaning, if they finish second, they have to go to a playoff. Playoff.
Yeah, so
in the conference, Europa Conference League.
So the last 32 has been replaced. For those that don't know, so there's no more last 32s in Europa League and Europa Conference League. Whoever finished first, they go direct to the last 16. Those that finish second, face either. So, for example, if you finish third in the Champions League, you face the second place in the Europa League. So yeah, you get a bye if you finish first in Europa Conference League, and the same thing with the Europa Conference.
Gotcha. Man are treating this like the NFC East and the AFC West. This is not. This is unbelievable things. They are third in a group that has a team formed in 2012.
Forget the year. Look at the caliber of athlete that was there.
First of all, do you know what league they play in? Does anybody know what league they play in?
You tell me. No. Was it Slovenia?
The Slovenian league. They are currently 8th in the Slovenian league. Slovenia. Okay.
Hey guys, when you find out that teams that were formed after you were born are slapping up teams that are 100 years, anything is possible, man. Anything is possible.
They're not even 10 years old.
Nah. Conte, I don't know what Conte sees in training. The mind boggles what he thinks in training, because I want to hear what he says in Italian to his coaches, because that's the real stuff. That's when he's giving his heart. I need one of my Italian friends, big up Mattia. I need one of my Italian friends to be in the room and translate, because it must be done in English. Listen, watch every press conference from now on. He is lying through his teeth because he cannot believe what he's got. He said he's not a magician. You know what's so funny about that press conference? Can I say that's so funny about that press conference? And Mourinho has good form for this. Do you know how Conte came out with this rant? Do you know how he came out with it? It was the first question in the press conference. He was asked, "What did you say to your players after the match?" He said, "I haven't said anything to them because I want to say something to them tomorrow." Right? He said, "I can't do it now because there's too much emotion." You know how the broken English is, right? There's too much emotion. He says, then he just started going off. Then he says, after 3.5 weeks of training, I now understand the situation. He started going and going and going. The guy asked him, "What did you say to your players after the game?"
I now understand the situation of the Tottenham. And I was
it was the Tottenham. He had to.
In Chiellini form, in Bonucci form.
Yeah.
In absolute Chiellini form. It was phenomenal. He said he's not a magician. Why does he say that? Nobody asked him, "Can you solve this problem?" He on his own volition said, "I am not a magician."
Do you know what's more funny? Yeah, because I'll never forget when Oscar was telling us that every press conference man was saying, "We will suffer." Like I want.
Yeah, Oscar came up with the suffer words, and right on cue. As soon as Oscar mentioned it, right on cue, the next week.
Three times. You did like 3 times in press conferences already, yeah. And I have to, the translation of suffer into Italian, it has to mean something else. It has to. There's no way he's almost happy about it.
Nah, man. Nah. The performance against Everton away, another team they drew with, and this Everton they drew away with. They drew with this Everton away 0-0. You know what I'm saying? Forget that, bro. Honestly, I wanted Burnley to just give them, because it was right. It was prime condition for them. Man said Spurs are the fry up with no bacon, sausage, or beans, but boiled egg and dried toast because they ran out of butter. Listen, a fry up that does not
even beans.
Not even the beans were given to them. Not even the beans.
No, do you know what he just said? He said it's a fry up, but nothing was fried.
Fam, it's a vegan fry up, bro. That's a vegan fry up.
He said nothing was fried. Come Come on. Oh my gosh. I said that Suffolk thing has to be from his Catholic religious background. You guys are killing it today. I swear down, bro. Man said Ren, Ren, Vitesse, Mura. Their first win in European football, and it's that they're the lowest ranked team in the Europa League Conference. The lowest ranked team in the Europa League Conference. They've beaten the Tottenham Hotspur. He says, now I understand the situation. I said, yo, damn.
I just was like, what did you think you're signing up to?
Because do you remember he said from the outside, Tottenham is a big club. It's this, that, and the other. Then he said,
stadium.
Yeah. Then it's like, I've now gone inside and I've seen the sins of many. Honestly, like hotel. What's Gordon Ramsay's show called when he goes into the hotels or to the restaurants? Is it like Kitchen Nightmares or something like that?
Kitchen Nightmares.
And he just goes in there and you see the filth. That is a guy. He's examined the filth. I'm looking closely at Emerson, by the way, moving like Aaron Wan-Bissaka with the step overs. Hey, listen, I'm here to laugh at Tottenham all season, and more so, I'm here to hear what Conte has to say about Spurs. I'm here for it all. If this is the juice I'm getting in November, in his first listen, it's his first month at the club. Look at the tears he's giving me. He's giving up me the most tears.
I got absolutely shagged this week on fantasy because Tottenham don't have a game.
So I got blessed.
That means that whoever, from now on, if you pick a Tottenham team, they're gonna have a double game week at some point.
Sure, but I had Son and then Dennis was on my bench, so lovely jobs. So Baraka says Spurs are like a microwave heating up the plate, but the food is ice cold. I eat the venom. Do you know how
the middle of the lasagna is cold?
Repug.
But the outer crust is burnt. What's going on?
Only few will know what that comment meant. Oh, that hit me. That was relative. It friggin' hit me. Oh, Master Peter, that Spurs team needs counselling on Wednesday nights and Saturday afternoon for them to do anything. Listen, I'm here to drink it in, C1. I'm here to drink it in. Leicester City 4, Watford 2. Leicester back to winning ways, ladies and gents.
You know who else is back? Big up Madders, because he was...
Yeah, Madders?
James Maddison has lost his England place to Emil Smith Rowe. He didn't make the Euro squad, and now there's other players jumping ahead of him. He's been in the flipping mud.
Yeah, so, scary hours, man.
He's come back, and he said it like in an interview after the game. I love his interviews because they feel like real conversations. Like, he don't talk like a footballer.
Yeah, he knows
he was just like, look, I've been lacking on confidence. Now he's come back. I think he's got five GA in 3 games. So big up him.
Don't you think he gives away too much analysis? Do you remember there was a game last season where man was breaking it down? And I was thinking, yo, Rodgers must be asking questions afterwards.
I remember when they slapped up Lampard. Yeah. We lost 2-0. And man was giving all of Brendan's secrets.
He can't help it. Good goals, by the way. Good finishing from Dennis as well. And then, it was good. By the way, they've had a mare. In the snow, you're supposed to have an orange football. I don't understand why we're playing with a yellow ball. We're still playing with a yellow ball. Ridiculous.
That yellow ball is wavy, man. It's a really, really good ball.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right still. Did I mention Man City beating West Ham? Did we mention that already?
Wait. Lola said Lookman got a goal. Big up him.
Lookman got his goal. Lookman did get his goal. Man City beating West Ham. Good result for Manchester City. Sort of dispatching West Ham. I think, is this West Ham's like second defeat in a row now? Have they had like 2 defeats on the bounce?
Yeah, Wolves, and then
Wolves was the other one. Yeah, West Ham need to pick themselves up after they've had some impressive wins this season, by the way. Remember I said Maddison and Grealish, lol. I'm watching because them 100 million tables are turning. Man, I'm keeping that. Have got their eye on that 100 million cash.
People want to see Grealish fail, man. It's so sad. I don't know why.
Is he failing now?
Huh?
Is he failing now?
Okay. He's just watching. I'm just watching.
People want to see him fail.
Early days. Norwich 0. Norwich City 0. Wolverhampton. Norwich City 0. Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Disappointing result for Wolves. Good result for Norwich City. And Dean Smith still unbeaten.
No, it's not a good result. It's not a good result. You're home against Wolves. You need to stay in this league. You need 3 points, and you're not going to get 3 points against the top half of the table. So when the bottom half comes to your home, you have to try. And I think they missed a couple of chances where you're thinking,
Osaka.
Oh,
Norwich,
David's back.
Wolverhampton Wanderers are in the top half.
Oh,
They're
no, David's
behind.
back.
They're literally 3 points behind Arsenal.
Okay, fair enough. But you know what I mean.
I catch your drift though. No, I catch your drift. I do catch your drift. Brighton and Hove Albion 0, Leeds 0. Boos at the Amex Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. What were your thoughts, Mr. What is his name? Graham Potter clapping back at the fans. What are your thoughts?
Does anyone want to go? Can I go?
Stupid fans, isn't it?
Go ahead.
I think this story has been manufactured by journalists and blown out of proportion. If you speak to any Brighton fan in the world, they are happy with Graham Potter, they are happy with the football, and they're happy with the direction they're going. The issue here is when you go to a football game and it's freezing cold and you watch your team miss a bag of chances, you're not happy. So at the end of the game, you boo, not because you're booing the players, you're booing because you haven't won the game. Like, you're frustrated. Any team watching Morpie miss all those chances would be frustrated. It's not saying, oh, Graham Potter, we're booing you. Like, that's not what it was.
Why did they boo the team?
You're not booing the team. You're booing because you've just lost.
Man, they're just booing the air. Like, boo. We didn't win. Boo.
You're just pissed off.
But what did Potter say? You know, context FC. Like, unless you man want to tell me, like, you know, there's some success that I'm not aware of. Tell me about the history of Brighton that I need to be aware of. Then I can understand the booing.
Do you find that alarming?
Who? From Potter?
From Potter to say that? It's almost like
Potter's pissed off.
He's looking for a move. He's looking for a move.
No. When you're a manager, like, every manager has the same issue. They've always wanted their crowd to be up because they know the 12th man actually exists, right? Most grounds, when you're there giving it for your team, you know how to get a ball in the back of the net. The thing is, when you're booing your side for not performing badly, they performed well. They battered Leeds, but yes, the finishing was awful. And we've been saying, you know, everyone and his dog has been saying they need a striker, right? Like, they didn't play bad. They whooped candy ass on Leeds. So for me, I was very surprised. If they got peppered and smoked, fair enough. Or if the football was dross, fair enough. Bro, they battered Leeds. They just couldn't find the net, and they got booed.
My thing would be find me a clip of Brighton fans on Brighton Fan TV where they're digging out Graham Potter. I want to see that. Because I don't think that's what was happening on Sunday.
No, and I don't think that was what was portrayed either. I don't think necessarily the media was saying they were booing at Potter, but Potter responded to the boos the crowd gave, and that's what caused the story, don't you think? Because Potter did clap back.
They asked him that question. Like,
look at the answer he gave.
The answer he gave was damning.
The answer he gave was damning for sure. It gave a story as well.
That's what I said. In his mind, he's looking like, I think he's done here. And he's looking to go somewhere else.
I don't know. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. I just think, like, you know, I'm trying to get something together. I'm trying to get this project going, as the word goes. And, you know, it's frustrating because when we think about Potter and Brighton, there should be far more than what we are seeing from them, right? Their XG apparently last season was through the roof. You know, it was through the roof last year.
Big up to them for carrying it on, but they're XGFC.
Yeah, so... We'll see. They're 8th in the league right now. You know them ones. Like, to be booing now is odd. It's odd. Like, even if you're just booing the fact that, oh, damn it, you know, we didn't win.
I think it's what Oscar said, though, isn't it? Like, it's freezing cold. More players missed 1,001 chances. The final whistle's gone. You're disappointed not to get more out of the game.
You're disappointed. Yeah, I think that people are making way too much out of it. Even Footage Agenda said here, Trossard is a very frustrating player. That's what it is. Sorry, to go back to Lola's comment, she said Brighton, in my opinion, are a squad, are chilling with Norwich and them, man. They're 8th and falling, but having more power as a striker, I beg you keep it quiet. I hear that.
Saying it to the fans. Yeah, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying, Brian, you know, it's like Palace. If you play exciting football, you get gassed up.
That's what I'm saying. Fans are so dumb. Like, fans are dumb. If man were playing heavy metal football and getting slapped up 3-0, what would they be saying?
Well,
yeah, I think it was the story was blown out of proportion.
Yep. And finally, we end with Brentford 1, Everton 0. Everton. Guys, I think he'll be the next manager to go.
David, I don't know if you've got not that guy prepared, yeah, but I don't know if you saw the penalty Everton gave away.
Bro, Oscar had to go down. Oscar, you're harsh.
That penalty he gave away.
I saw. And Ross.
Man said,
did you call me dumb?
No, I wasn't calling you dumb. I was saying, I was agreeing with your thing. Like, I was saying fans get gassed up when they see quote unquote exciting football. I wasn't calling you dumb. I'm saying the fans in the stadium.
That's Jurgen Klopp right there.
Hi-oh.
Was the irony. I was ironic. Yeah.
By the way, he was 100% right in that.
Huh? Say again?
Jurgen Klopp was 100% right in that exchange.
Wait, 100% right wing?
Anyway.
Oscar, I'm telling you, Everton are finito, my guy, and Ross shaking my head.
Oh, guys, you see this penalty my man gave away. It's a howler. Absolute howler.
You know what's funny though, yeah? It's the fact that referee played on. So he played on like it was cash, yeah? Darren England. He played on like it was cash. And then he was asked to go have a look at that.
I don't think SW disagrees with you, Adrian.
I said, Klopp was what?
Are we gonna discuss this at a different point, or can we discuss it now? David.
No, there's too many. There's too many. Not you
there's
can discuss. Bad.
There's bad.
Yeah, let's discuss it now. Let's discuss it now. So, Klopp's a racist. What are you man saying?
By the way, I know it's all tongue in cheek, but a certain club. You know what? John Terry's Twitter. He looks so likable. You know, he looks like such a likable.
I don't believe it. Listen, this is the setup. He's Vince McMahon. It's a setup because at one point he's gonna let everyone down. Let's no hype. Man's in countries. I'm like, really? With the fellow Avs, really?
Don't apologize to Anton Ferdinand first.
No. Yeah, do the right thing. Let us see a pic of Antoine and you, man. Yeah, man.
Bro, was in Nige, bro.
No, Oscar.
With armed guards.
That's not. He's never been to Africa in his life. What is he doing there?
Nige, bro. Certain Nigerians ain't been back.
Honestly,
I mean, I ain't seen Tammy in Lagos.
He's trying to be like Mourinho. I swear down, man. Because all of those moves are Mourinho moves, and we would find them so funny and just laugh.
But back to the story, because we kind of scrubbed over it. Is Jurgen Klopp racist, Adrian?
I mean, absolutely not. Like what? You know, it even feels a bit. I even feel a bit weird defending it.
He doesn't believe. He doesn't believe.
Don't believe.
He was in a press conference. The journalist said, "Oh yeah, you must be happy. You know, you've got no more international breaks." And he said, "Oh, in his German accent, yeah, we've just got a little tournament happening in Africa. You know, by the way, where 3 of your best players are going to be out of your team."
Yes.
So then, obviously, a journalist has pulled them up on it. An African journalist has now pulled them up on it. And to be honest, I get where the journalist is coming from, and that's why I'm not too skeptical with regards to the journalist, because African football was very much brushed under the carpet, not respected, and there are loads of racial undertones that are used when describing African players. Every day PMP. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, pace and power is a thing, but it's like that's not all a black African can be. Not every 6'2" African is a CDM.
Here's my take on the situation. I think if you saw the first clip that Klopp did in the previous press conference and you misinterpreted it to be a racist or a belittling of the African Cup of Nations, then it's a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
My issue is he's coming to the press conference on smoke. He said, "I'm Klopp's head top, and I'm not backing down." So he goes at Klopp, And then Klopp gives a perfect explanation of the misunderstanding. He's like, nah, I didn't mean it like that. I meant it in an ironic way.
He even apologized.
No, he didn't.
He didn't apologize. He didn't apologize.
Oh, I thought you apologized for the offense.
Apologize. He said apologize. The first
I'm rightly so.
You're right.
Blamed himself and didn't apologize. He then said again, man said, "Can you apologize?" So in my head, the interviewer, I think he clocked he was wrong. He got the wrong end of the stick, but he came in on smoke, so he had to leave on smoke. You can't come on smoke and then be like, "Oh, my bad." No, you have to stay there.
I hear that still. You have to go all in. What's the point?
Why can't we be gentlemen and say, "Okay, I misunderstood you, Mr. Jurgen. Continue with your press conference." The guy,
Peter, do you know why?
He said to apologize to the continent of Africa. Now hold on. For me, I'm saying, listen, if you're gonna ask for an apology for all Africans of the world, including myself, come with listen. You as the journalist, come correct. Make sure you have everything on point. My man came in on emotional settings. You can't come to the press conference emotional settings, asking for apologies, and then after you've been shunned by showing the explanation, as you said, man still said, "Don't you think you still need to apologize?" What?
Yeah, but the thing
he's let us down. This is Unai Rennie in the journalist version. That's what this is. That's what this is.
You have to give him some respect. Yeah, this was his moment. He said, "This is his pipe bomb." Yeah, he was ready to cut a promo Monday Night Raw. And he said, "I'm going for it. I don't care."
Regardless.
Finally.
Agenda. Yeah. Agenda has to agenda.
The way he phrased the question. with a premise. And,
I think he met with friends and family, said, "Look, how do you think that this question I should ask it?" This was his draft. This was his first draft, and they gave him a tweak. Then he came in full leather because he had the backing of the nations in Africa. But then he was shut down fast. He says, "Look, bro, obviously Klopp meant like in tongue in cheek, and obviously meant it very ironically because his best players are going to the." But you wouldn't say that if it was the Euros. This guy came in with the leg. He came in with the leg. I respect the leg. The leg. But yeah, you're a journalist. Do the research. Understand the dialect. Okay, I get it. English, mate, is not your first language. And in the same vein, if I heard something in Italian or whatever, do your due diligence to at least get the correct context of everything. Afs, man, let's stick together, man.
2 hours, 12 minutes.
Oscar, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Goal of the week.
Goal of the week has to go to Manuel Lanzini.
Indeed.
Oh, damn it. What about Gabriel Martinelli?
Sorry, mate. I love Martinelli, but no.
I did like Lanzini's goal. Lanzini's goal was fake. There's something about, injury time consolation goals that piss me off because they're pretty good. You know what I mean? I know Gay's one wasn't that great for Palace, but an injury time goal where like everybody's down tools and you just popped one, and it's like half the West Ham fans were gone.
Because, do you know what it is? And it's a big part of Bruno's game. When you think, why not? If you do something 10 times, one time it will come off. Obviously, if it's the 52nd minute, you're not going to do it. But if it's the 93rd, why not? Got nothing to lose.
Man, listen, guys, I'm having my Arsenal tinted glasses. I'm going Martinelli. Dennis's goal was so nice, by the way, and Vardy's first goal, delish, because he shouldn't have scored. He wasn't allowed to score from there.
My vote was going for Vardy.
Jamie Vardy. David, who's your goal of the week, bro?
I would have honourable mention for Thiago.
A deflection?
The deflection, unfortunately.
What, the Champions League one?
Oh, the Champions League.
Honourable mention.
Champions League goal was
sensation.
Well, I'll give it to Lanzini.
Andre Gray. What was Andre Gray's goal? Oh, was it? No, he didn't have the dink, did he?
He plays in the Championship now, doesn't he?
No, I thought he's at Watford, no?
He scored a winner against for QPR against Derby.
Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry, I did not see that.
We're doing Championship games now.
Hey.
I mean, if it's exceptional, give it a mensch.
Make sure you go check that goal. All right, cool.
Cultured over there.
Manfred, check that goal steal.
I haven't seen it though.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
But SW6, he's a man of class. So I know he would have put it there for no reason.
If a goal is champagne, it will get a mention.
Apparently it was tonight.
Oh, tonight.
Yeah, man.
Man, like, yeah, man, like, yeah. I saw it still. These times you were on the pod, liar.
Who said this?
No, I'm just making it up. I'm making it up. Yeah, come on, let's vote. Martinelli, let's go.
I already said mine, innit?
Lanzini, David Lanzini.
Yep.
Hey, what? Robin, yeah, Vards.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Linguini, bruv, he's getting it. Vinny, oh yeah. Vinicius goes all right.
He's coming into his prime. Well, not prime.
Man.
He's all right still.
He's a bagger still. I won't lie.
He's done all right. Yeah, it was all right. Player of the week.
Leo Messi, you want the back?
Nah. He did get 3 assists like this weekend, so shout out to him.
Yeah.
But I think you could go Jamie Vardy.
What do you have? 2 goals and assists? 2 goals and assists?
Yeah, that's a big shout. That's a very big shout.
Madders had a goal and 2 assists.
Yeah, you got Madders. I mean, he's come from the depth, hasn't he? He's been in hell last year. He's come from the mouth of hell. I'm trying to think, who else was there? I know I had somebody in my mind as well, who I truly appreciated. It's going and going. I don't know who.
My team of the week. Wait, what are we doing? Player of the week. Oh, my bad. Yeah, sorry.
I think Vardy's probably a good shout.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Or Jota.
I'm very happy with. By the way, just on a Percy, I'm very happy with Lokonga and Nuno's bounce back from Anfield. Just on a Percy, they came back, man.
Lokonga is a crackhead, bro. That guy, he just runs and does crazy stuff. Like
whoa. What? Why is he a crackhead?
I'm gonna put trigger warning. Like he plays with. Sorry, I missed the Arsenal section. He plays with no rhyme or reason. The guy just runs about, headless chicken. Big up him though. He's got energy for days. He's like Yossi Benayoun. He was like a rat at the Emirates when he used to play for us. He was just a mouse. Yeah. Just ran everywhere. Mertens, by the way, Napoli Lazio game.
Yeah.
Serie A title, by the way. Robin. Juicy, my friend. Milan losing at Sassuolo. Oh yeah, lovely. Guys, I mean, if we're talking player of the week, we got to Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham. Yeah, no, for sure. We got to give it to Vardy, I think. Yeah, Vardy. Let's move on, man. He is who the footy hipsters think Harry Kane is. Lovely. Jamie Vardy gets the player of the week. Oscar, team of the week. Team of the week, Chelsea Football Club. Oh no, wait. That's Club of the Year. My bad, guys. Club of the Year.
Yeah, you see, got slide in anyhow he can.
Yeah.
I respect it.
But this is what it is, though. This is what it is, Adrian. Like me and Adrian, we actually support our teams. So when people see us supporting our teams that don't support their teams, they think it's shameless because you don't hate your clubs. Come on, man. Allow me to support my club. We won Club of the Year tonight. Am I not allowed to mention it? Tonight. You mentioned. In all seriousness, team of the week this week. Surely it's Liverpool again. You think so? Liverpool are bloody consistent, man.
It's Liverpool Leicester.
Nah, man, I'm not giving Leicester winning 4-2 against Watford. They still conceded twice. I ain't giving them that.
You know what, I'm gonna give it Villa.
What, winning at Palace? Yeah, man. Second game in charge, bro. Like Stevie G dropped Ings. He had to get it right. Nah, but Oscar, we have to admire consistency when we see it. Liverpool have been on fire, and we're there letting it slide because it was Southampton. Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not adverse to Liverpool getting it. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a bit like, you know what I mean? I'm going Liverpool. Let's vote.
Yeah, you can go to Liverpool.
People might argue Man United. I'm surprised Robin hasn't said it. He's taking a piss.
Nah, come on, Peter, man.
The Man United we've had to the Man United that served up performance. You've made me sick on so many occasions. Performance. I'm taking context for this. Let's take context. Go read the match stats. Oscar. Context. Yeah, the match stats were shocking. But listen, Oscar. Calm down. I don't like Man United. You know this. They 8-5 at home to Liverpool. They then got peppered and smoked against Manchester City at home. Watford gave them 4. So I'm like I said, context FC. In fact, these results are going to make you more mad because of the fact that you couldn't beat them. But like the fact they came to Stamford Bridge and they actually
Tell me what they did at Stamford Bridge.
Here's what they did. They didn't wet the bed.
They had 2 shots on target. One of them, Jorginho passed it to Sancho. The other one, Messi passes it to Fred. What else are we discussing here?
First of all, Oscar. First of all, you cannot tell me. You cannot. Wait. We cannot give Fred's chance a goal on target because it was not even on target. We can't give it to
target. Man United had 2 registered. Those were the 2.
Listen, for context, I said for context, you could argue Manchester United.
No, you can't.
I don't think you can still.
You could argue Brentford. You could argue Leicester. You could argue.
You can't argue Brentford. You can't. No. You can't argue Brentford.
They won at least.
Oscar. Let me tell you something about Brentford. Let me break it down to you about Brentford. I mentioned this in the group chat. Brentford gave Sky Sports gave Ivan Toney man of the match for his defensive clearances. He had 1 touch in the opposition box, and that was his penalty. Guys,
by the way,
piss me off.
What penalty that was, though?
Yeah, really good.
Do you know what I've learned about?
It suits his character.
Do you know what I learned about their goal net? You know how they got squares? They got like a white and red squares like patterned across the goal net. I'm sure he just stares at it. It must be so easy to score a penalty because you just picture that square. I'm gonna hit that square. Bang! That's it. Done. Team of the week, Brentford, only their second home win of the season since Arsenal. Peter, for goodness sake.
Peter, by the way, hold on to that thought. You might not be crazy.
Wagwan.
No, as in the whole Ivan Toney thing. As in, obviously, he's got the parameters. He knows what he's doing. He's just looking in the keeper's eyes. And then...
Honestly, when I saw the goal, it was so precisionally placed, and it just caught my eye. The goal net, it caught my eye, and I was like, that's a very good tactic. If it's deliberate.
Well, I'm sure when he's retired, he'll tell people that was his thing. You know,
that was my thing. Done.
But yeah, team of the week is Liverpool.
Is Liverpool? All right, Liverpool it is. Who is not that guy this week? My God.
David, there's one you need.
You know what? Yeah. Do you know what? I think society and life knows about this part of the podcast. They know about this episode because people are bidding in to be in it every week. They're bidding in.
So my first one, honorable mention. Yeah. He has not scored a goal since the 22nd of October 2021. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Give it in.
We're now in December. Yeah. He got it. He got it last week for stopping another guy from getting his goal. and this week, he's missed the sitter from 4 yards out. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The post, yeah. Pierre-Emerick, yeah. Aubameyang. You're not that guy, bruv. Sort it out, bruv.
That miss was hellacious.
Yeah.
Hellacious.
Where do I go to next?
Oh, take your pick, David. Take your pick.
Can I go? Can I? Do I need to? Robin, do I need to take Eurostar first?
Yeah, you do still. You do still.
Let's go over to on the Eurostar. We're fighting the French over fish. We're skipping past that, man. Let's leave
French over fish.
Come on, ladies. Let's leave that one. What a time to be alive, man.
We've dodged all them Brexit, man. They're fighting over fish. We need to. There's a country there, bruv. That the league there that's just had an absolute howler. Yeah.
Another howl.
So the team has had an outbreak of COVID. Yeah. And subsequently, after the game that they've just played, they've tested positive for the new variant. Congratulations yourself. And then the game at halftime was 7-0, and it still was basically it was 11 against was it 11 against 9?
It was 11 against 9.
Yeah.
They had 9, like literally from the minute 0, they had 9 players on the pitch. It was so bad. The guy one guy purposely got a red card so they can forfeit the game because they couldn't have 8.
Wow.
They had to name 2 goalkeepers in the starting lineup, yeah? So what's the name of this? Primera Liga.
Yeah.
Primera Liga, yeah? You're not that guy, bruv. Portuguese league, bruv. Sort it out, bruv. Absolute tools. We dealt with them. We dealt with them, man. There. I'm taking the Euros. I've got my return ticket. Let's.
Oh, okay. You carry on.
I
think you need to. I think you need to stop at a stop still.
Wait. Where am I going next?
Peter. Peter.
What airline even goes to this country? Because you need to jump on the plane. That's for damn sure.
Plane?
Oh yeah, you need to go to the south of America, ladies and gentlemen. Because did anybody see this absolute farce that took place where a player in the Brazilian league, this player is running, and the referee hits him by accident and he falls to the ground. He knows the referee's hit him, but the guy has rolled over on the floor, rolling over.
Did you know it was a referee though?
There's a point he looked up. Is it the Copa de Libertadores?
Yeah.
At one point he looks up, he knows it's the ref, and he carries on.
And he carries on.
He's a farce.
I wasn't even going, Peter. I wasn't even going there. I was heading up beloved Syria to Turin.
Oh, give them.
Because a certain club has decided to repeat their history. And do it again.
Nothing out now.
Oh.
So, people, Juventus are in trouble. They are under investigation for false accounting, and again at risk of relegation to Serie B. And
stripped Scudetto. Oh my days!
Inter Milan could get that second Scudetto. I can't remember. I think Napoli can get theirs as well. That's the one. So yeah. Again.
What is wrong with this club? What is the matter with this football club? Seriously, the most successful team in Italy, right? They have won the most Serie A titles. Like, honestly, Calciopoli Part 2?
Mm-hmm.
The old lady indeed strikes again. This club is not serious.
You're not that guy, Juventus, bruv. Sort it out, bruv. And now,
serious.
And now, we've taken the plane back. We've got our return ticket. We're back in England. This gentleman was born the 12th of October, 1983.
Yes, he was.
He was born in Croydon, England, so he's a South Londoner.
Oh yes.
He started his career at Chelsea. Scored 4 goals. Then went to Wolves on loan. Went to Charlton on loan. Went to Aston Villa on loan. Then in 2006, he settled at the Hammers, West Ham, where he made 207 appearances and scored 47 goals. Actually, plus I don't know why Wiki's doing this. He scored how many is that? 55. Yeah, so decent. Well, 207. Then he went to Celtic, then Sacramento Republic, and then he finished his career at Persik Bandung. Where the hell is that? In Indonesia. Mad thing. That's what I stopped. Okay. And so this weekend, yeah.
You're just nicking money, man. I swear.
This weekend, he's on the radio, bruv. He's on BBC Radio Live, innit? Now, I don't know what he was trying to wax lyrical about, yeah. But here is his statement, yeah. You've got to give Man City respect, otherwise you're going to get picked off. Otherwise, it will be a Holocaust, and you don't want that.
Aggressive.
Aggressive? That is career suicide. That's as aggressive as it gets.
Oh.
And hold on. And here's a howler. His comments came on the first day of, is it Hanukkah?
Hanukkah, yeah.
Oh, the first day.
It's a poor time.
Oh, dear.
The timing. Oh, you don't know.
You find out.
You're about to. You gonna find out today. You gonna learn today.
And joining him let me even include this gentleman. This is not the first time this comment has come out. Another. I think has he got not that guy? No, he hasn't. But he's had a howler, bro, of a career as well. A previous manager has also made comparing a poor performance from his League 2 side to the Holocaust as well. So I'm gonna put them in together. Yeah, Joey Barton. Yeah.
Why are we shocked?
Yeah, Joey flipping Barton.
This is the guy who nutted Balotelli. He gave him a hard right hand. Oh
my gosh!
What a moron!
Joseph Anthony Barton and Carlton Michael George Cole. You're not that guy, bruv. Sort it out, bruv.
Carlton Cole. Oh, you've had a howler. Oh my God. You see Joey Barton, yeah? This is a man who took over, went to Marseille to play his football and spoke English in a French accent. Do you know how funny that is?
Now, loads of people do that, though. I wonder why.
Oh, buddy. Steve McLaren did this in Holland as well, yeah? He spoke English in a Dutch accent.
Sancho.
And now, no.
Yeah, Sancho is speaking English in a German accent. I don't get it.
All jokes aside, though, man. Cole is on the first way ticket to wherever Wiley is right now.
You know what's funny, yeah? I legit was like, when I say I was with Carlton Cole on Saturday, bro, and I was not aware of these antics. I swear to you.
Remember the last time Carlton Cole got in trouble for saying stuff?
No? What's the other thing?
I'll just drop this one and then, but it was time ago, yeah. England played Ghana in a friendly at Wembley. I think it was like 2011, maybe 2012.
That was a big one. The Bear Man went to that.
He tweeted after the game. He said, "Never has Wembley Stadium been surrounded by more immigrants."
I like Carlton Cole, though, man. He's a funny guy.
This guy is a lawless man.
Listen, if you can play for Chelsea and West Ham, and there's something about you, man. There's something about you.
He's got minerals.
And Celtic. He's got something going on. In the Indonesian league, no, this guy was collecting a check. Oh, my God.
But you, man, Deepo Oscar said, Carlton Cole said that game was a sting operation by immigration.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe Carlton Cole, man. Huh? My guy.
Oh, yeah. Can I add one more?
You've had to bring
Karim Mustafa Benzema.
Oh,
you're not that guy, bro.
You're not that guy. But he dodged jail, so fair play to him. Like some way, somehow, he's got some good lawyers. Although I don't know what you can go to jail for in terms of like bribery. Can you go to jail for bribery?
Blackmail.
Sorry. Is that the same thing? Bribery, blackmail? Actually, I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, so if he gets in trouble again, that's it, in the bin, straight. No long.
He's the man. Did you see the video he dropped after?
Yeah. He dropped a bag of a video.
He dropped a bag of one of those trailers for something, just like he's wearing something.
Bro.
Karim, you are young. You dodged it, blood. You dodged rain this time. Oh my days. By the way, we talked on the French football last week, didn't we? We have been there. Dimitri Payet and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, we spoke about that last week.
We spoke about it last week. Okay, cool. All right, cool. This week, guys,
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Midweek football. Obviously, we don't always get to cover. We don't always get to cover the midweeks in the Champions League and that. But this week is Premier League.
Yes.
Manchester United versus Arsenal. I'm asking you guys live on air. Is there a possibility of getting a Man United versus Arsenal little review?
Oh, I thought you wanted us to do a watch along.
What day is that?
Whatever
Thursday night. Thursday night.
I didn't remember that time when Liverpool played Chelsea and me and Adrian jumped on and we just did a stream.
Yeah.
I was saying if you lot wanted to do that. I have to look at my timetable, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be watching the game. Get me? So, you know what I mean,
It might be a bit of a.
you get me? I'll be there, boy. So you tell me. No. As in, I'm saying I'm here, innit? I'm available.
Yeah, man. If you're not on it, we can run something.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe or a watch along. I don't know.
Yeah, man. You know, we got Everton, Liverpool as well on the Wednesday. Saucy settings. Oscar, you going Watford?
Nah, man.
I'm surprised. I'm
I
bloody
can't do
surprised.
that, man. I'm tired. I got work.
Yeah, man. I think we should do something for United Arsenal on Thursday.
You wanting me to time to wrap up?
Yeah, man. It's time to rapture.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, coffee. Coffee rapture. No?
Them ones. No, I'm with that.
Yeah, come on, man. Man of culture.
Who's gonna win though? Man United or Arsenal? Thoughts?
Draw.
As we wrap up. You're saying draw?
Yeah, I think draw.
Draw,
I'm praying Arsenal win though.
If it's Carrick, it's a draw. If it's Ralph, then I don't know.
No, wait, what am I talking about? Well, it's definitely Ralph, isn't it? But you man are getting
if you can get in the country. If you can get in the country.
He's in the country. He just can't work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If he gets that visa.
So he can consult. You know what I mean? Yeah, Man United are winning.
Well, Oscar, why the confidence? Why the confidence?
Can I just say, in that work permits are trash, by the way. They don't make sense. But carry on.
Yeah, why the confidence?
It's an outdated concept. It doesn't make any sense now. Just because I think Man United has still got the players and Arsenal are just not good. I've never been convinced by this Arsenal side. I watched the game on Saturday. I wasn't convinced. Like, you were all right against the worst team in the league. Like, well done. But I don't think you're going to play Martinelli. I don't think you're going to. Yeah, you're not going to. Bruv, Arteta ain't on niche, bruv. He's not on niche. Man United are going to slap you. Yeah.
He's not on niche.
Ain't on niche, man.
I know what Peter likes. Peter likes defense, and Peter's seen an improvement in that defense.
Oh, I saw it in December 2019. let me tell you, when he came in, he started shutting down that shop.
Hey, Viva Ronaldo is gonna slap you man up. I can't lie. He loves it.
I honestly, my head says that Man United will win. My head says United will win.
I might slap him in the fantasy. Am I playing that, man?
Let's see if Carrick starts him. With that, people, we may or may not be here for the live watch along. We may be here for the review. We don't know, but we will keep you posted. Make sure you follow us at Top 4 Podcast on the Twitter, on the SoundCloud, on the YouTubes, on the Spotify, on the iTunes, of course. And make sure you hit us up on Twitter. You done know. And on Instagram. As well. So make sure you hit us at Top 4 Podcast. Please like the video if you are loving the content. Subscribe to the channel. We'll be back again with you this week. Until then, people, peace.